What's happening, folks? Let's get her going on a Tuesday evening. Let's do a little bit of this. And actually, a Bub outside right now. I got to run out and grab him in a minute or so. All right. That is on. Oh, Wrenchy. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Anna Lee. Valerie. Laura, now that I have you here. Laura, did you know you won the Busting Breast Cancer book? We did this prize wheel last week or 2 weeks ago. So you actually won that one. So let me know if you want it. I can send it out to you ASAP. If not, that's fine too. But you were a winner. So there is that. Okay, let's see. So hi, Christian. Hi, Anna Lee, Val, Laura, Marianne. Oh, Teresa, good to see you. Jessica, hello. There's Thankful Mom. Wow, 3 wrenches already. Lisa, hello. So just so you know, I already gave Deborah the link to tonight's show. I told her I was just going to set the table and buy some time for half an hour or so. Not that I need a half an hour, but we said 7 p.m. Eastern time for Deborah. She may pop on early, but anyway, that's the latest there. Yeah. So hi, SG, how you doing? So I will say Melinda, good to see you. I have been buried yesterday and today, swamped, and a lot of stuff going on outside of work. Oh yeah, Laura, just email me at hello@bridgecapeann.com and send your address. Yeah, thank you, Annalie. So there is I'll say a 5% chance that I actually will have to leave tonight's show at some point. There's an issue potentially, but I should be okay. But anyway, I mean, I'm sure everyone will understand, but there is that. But it should be a fun show tonight. A cool thing that we'll talk about later on is that I already recorded a show with Deborah a few days ago. She did a soul introduction for me, delves into the Akashic Records, and that was really cool. So we're going to play that for you. I got to figure out what my schedule is, because I think we're going to be on with Meredith and Bubba tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern. Thursday, I'm not sure yet. So maybe Thursday night I can play that Deborah show, and I could always replay this show over the weekend or something as well. So anyway, lots going on. So let me get, old guy, there you go. Another storm in Colorado for old guy. Come on. Wildflower Wind, how are you? Tammy, always good to see you. Okay, cool, Laura. Pixie Dust, good to see you. Oh, Joan of Art, hello. Joan, I do have your name in, so you're all set, Joan. You are a bridge buddy now, it's official. And we also want to point out too that during tonight's show, Deborah Lupien is giving away a soul introduction, which is very cool. She just did mine last week and it was awesome. So that's going to be our big prize tonight. So how sweet is that of her to do that? So anyway, there is that. Melinda, I signed up for a soul introduction too because of your first show with Deborah. Thanks, super excited. Oh, awesome, Melinda, very cool. Yeah, I guess there were some bombshells today that went off, right? So hey, Val, how you doing? Hello. Yeah, so there you go. So Annalie has the link. If you aren't a bridge buddy and want to get in on these drawings for prizes, sign up there. Like I said, it's $2 a month. It's through the bridge. It's not through YouTube. So you don't have to worry about any additional fees or anything like that. And then we have the prize wheel. It's already set up for tonight. I can add names to it if I see people sign up in time. My guess is we'll do that around, usually we've been doing like 8:15 or so. I imagine Deborah and I will do a couple hours. So yeah, you guys are gonna do me a huge favor, right? Is when it comes time to ask questions, ask questions. I wasn't able to go on last night and field any beforehand, but it seems with Deborah that she just retrieves more questions in real time anyway. So there is that. Let's see. Oh, yes. So Christian points out, yeah, it is my birthday is actually tomorrow. I'm not a big birthday guy, but tomorrow is the day. And I believe Meredith and I and Bubba will be on here tomorrow to have some fun, get everyone caught up on stuff. So there is that. All the way. This is so Meredith's birthday was actually March 30th. And then for 6 days, we're the same age, but for 6 days, she's older than me. And so I'm really celebrating that tonight. That's why we're all here today, is to enjoy that. So, okay, so there you go with all of that stuff. All right, so a few other things to get caught up on. Number one is we have gifts to share. So, of course, our mama bear, Anna Lee, has passed along. She's taking good care of me now. We've got more. There's more where these came from, by the way. So we're into our cream eggs. Look. Freshly opened. Look at those. You can hear them peep, right? And speaking of peeps, she also sent, oh, these are heavy. All of our Easter favorites, folks. You've got these guys. Montone's going to be rolling around right now. We got our blueies, all our Easter pastels, right? We got our yellows, we got our pinks. There you have it, folks. Peeps as far as the eye can see. I can sure try juggling these things. So thank you, Anna Lee, for that. How awesome is that? We'll be enjoying those all Easter long, or Greekster. All right, Bubs, what are you up to? You want to give a quick hello here, Bubs? Let's do this. Oh, why are you so wet? What are you doing? Get back here. Say hi to everyone. All right, come here, Bubs. All right, there's Bubs. Don't look over there. Not yet. Not yet. You just had one. Not yet. Okay. Here you go. Not yet. Go over there. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. That's better. All right, Bubs. So anyway, yeah, he just had a giant potato, so. Hi, Eileen. How you doing tonight? Let's see. What else we have going on? Oh, yeah. Bub makes his big appearance. We haven't seen him in a little while. He'll be front and center tomorrow night when I do the show with Meredith. We'll make a point of that. So I think he's just looking for a place to plop down behind me. We'll see how this works. What do you think is going on in his mind right now? And that's it. All right. Let's get back to, well, we can leave this like this for now, I suppose. Okay, so wait, we went over that. We have more prizes to share, or more gifts to share. Check this out. Now, do you remember when I was talking about my radio appearance when I was 9 years old? I was a call-in on Larry Glick's old show, WBZ Radio 1030 out of Boston. This is probably 1983 or so. A woman named Anna Pear in the Magnolia part of Gloucester, where I grew up, said she spotted a UFO, and then I called it into the radio show to talk about it. And anyway, Larry Glick was his name, longtime DJ in Boston. And I was a fan. So I used to go to sleep at night when I was like in 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. Was listening to his shows because Boston, that signal was so strong on the AM radio. They would be people from around the country, and there was no ever set agenda. You would just take field calls, and they'd have interesting conversations. It was pretty cool. So anyway, but what happens is the really good callers or the good calls were rewarded with a Glick University T-shirt, and I was supposed to get one after my phone call with him, and I never got it, but. Thanks to, now I don't know what his handle is, but thanks to Andrew in Sarasota, look what he sent. Yeah, an actual, there you go, Glick University T-shirt. Boston, man, there you go, WBZ in Boston. They still exist. What is this for? I gotta wipe that off. Who knows? But anyway, very cool. I'll have that on for next week's Q&A session. E pluribus glickus. And there you have it. So, you know, if you're patient, if you have 40 years to wait, dreams do come true. So, Andrew, thanks so much for that. Unbelievable. What else do we have going on? So we have Annalise Sweets, the Glick University. Joan is in for as a bridge buddy. I got Meredith and Bubba tomorrow. Oh, so the other thing is tomorrow night, Meredith and Bubba and I will be on 7 p.m. Eastern time. And then Thursday night, I'm going to be off air. I actually think I'm going to be with Celtic Tarot Sheila, but I think we're recording a show with her. So I won't be on Thursday night. Maybe we'll play Debra's soul introduction that she did for me last week on Thursday night, if that's a good night for everybody. And then once that Sheila thing is done, we'll figure out how we can play it on this channel. I don't know how that's going to happen, but anyway, so that's all going on this week. And then next week, I'll try to figure out what our schedule is on the fly. I'm going to be at True North Hypnosis. It's a wellness center in Essex, Massachusetts, with good friends of mine, Georgianne Richards and Karen Ferris. And we're going to be live from there, side by side to show you their digs and talk about them and what they're up to, get them introduced to the channel. And then the idea is a few weeks from now, I think they're going to come here and answer your questions in real time. So there's a lot going on right now with the channel. So anyway, thanks as always for hanging out with me. It's fun. And that is the latest. So there's a lot going on. Oh, hey, Carrie, how you doing? Hello, hello, hello. Oh, there's Jilly Beans. Good to see you. Yeah, so I can only pencil in next week's schedule. I imagine maybe Tuesday night might be some Bridge Buddy Roulette. We'll see how that goes. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at right now. And then once the hockey playoffs start, we'll see what my schedule's like then too, because I am committed to my Boston Bruins. You know that already. So that is the latest there. So if you're just tuning in, hi, I'm Corey, and you're watching The Bridge. And here we are getting ready for another show with Debbra Lupien, voice of the Akashic Records. I think, does someone else just mention that she had a soul introduction with Eileen did. With Debbra, yeah, so very cool. So that's a couple of people that booked appointments with her. I know she sold a bunch of books, which is always awesome to see. Old guy switching backgrounds considered a paranormal activity. The people want Bubba. I think they want Bubba more than anything else on this channel, so we give them what they want. And then I'm sure tomorrow night, Bubba he'll probably skip dinner. Well, we'll make him skip dinner so we can pop potatoes down his throat during the show tomorrow. So there's C'est La Vie. Yeah, Sheila's really cool. So that was a good one. Hi, Joan. How you doing tonight? Jilly Beans had a mini reading with Deborah. Very nice. Yeah, she was very gracious with me, which was really cool. There's Giselle. Hello, hello. We're doing some pre-game right now, some pre-show before Deborah joins us at 7 p.m. Eastern time. We're kind of winging our show. We figure we'll just still build on our rapport and see how things go. It was really fun last time around. I think we'll sprinkle in a personal read here and there. But we'll also field general questions. I mean, you guys know the drill at this point too. And some sort of template for the show will just kind of form on its own at some point. So that's the latest with all of that stuff. If you're just tuning in, we're going to be fueled by Cadbury eggs tonight, thanks to Anna Lee. And also I have peeps as far as the eye can see if you guys want in on those as well. So there is that. We are giving away, Deborah is giving away a free soul introduction one-on-one with her, which is really cool. That's our big prize for the night. And then also, thank you that luckily that Laura's popped back into the chat. We have Susan Wadia L's book, Busting Breast Cancer, the bestseller right here for you. And we'll send that out to you ASAP. Unfortunately, Laura, this actually isn't signed. I haven't been with Susan in the same room for a long time. I was hoping to get her to sign it. And I actually bought the last copy at the local bookstore, which was good for her to know. She re-upped with them the next day. So anyway, but we have that for you too. If you want, I can like press Bubba's paw print in yogurt or something and just kind of smash it in there somewhere, if you like that. And then thanks to Andy down in Sarasota, whose YouTube handle is beyond me, but we'll figure it out. He sent along my Glick University t-shirt. courtesy of the late great Larry Glick. He was a big time DJ in Boston in my youth, and I was supposed to get one of those shirts literally in 1983, and finally arrived. So who knows? Enter your DeJoy joke there. Okay, let's see who else is up and about tonight. Jessica, did I hear you say that you were on Sheila's channel? I'm going to do a recording with Sheila Thursday, and she's in control of that recording. And then my guess is she'll post that on her channel, and then I'll figure out if I get a file and natively upload it to my channel, or I don't know how the hell we're going to figure that out. But so anyway, we're recording that together Thursday evening, my time. So there is that. Susan Brochine. I'm saying Brochine. It could be Brochin. Soul introduction was wonderful, life-changing, very good. Pat Lee, how wonderful soul introduction. Yeah, I didn't even know that term. But honestly, up until a year ago, I never heard the term Akashic Records, and I did not know what a soul introduction was. So we'll have Deborah probably explain that tonight. And then maybe we can go over my thing at some point too. And then my guess is when we replay, well, actually, maybe I'll schedule that with Deborah tonight, the replay of her soul introduction for me. And then maybe one or both of us can actually sit in on the live chat. I don't know. That's a thought. Maybe that'll happen. So hi, Pat Lee. How you doing tonight? There's Pixie Dust. Kathy Gladen. Last time was fantastic. Enjoyed her teaching so much. Yeah, it was really cool. Brochin? Is that Brochin, Susan? Let's see. Jilly Beans is going to look for book a soul introduction soon. Very cool. Joan, what type of questions should we be asking tonight? I don't think Deborah does political, but I think everything else is pretty much game as far as I know. But we're going to try to avoid the cold reads. Like, I'm sure we can sprinkle that in every now and then, but we know what's going to happen, right? Once we say, hey, who wants a quick read from Deborah? It's going to be 80 people in the queue. And then, and that's going to be the end of the show. So we'll have to figure that out. Can you guys give me 2 minutes? I got to shut one door along. Oh, Brochin. There you go. Cool, Susan. Thank you. And thanks for saying hello. All right, let me just shut one door because Bubba's howling at something back there. Yeah, so in this house, we actually have a bay window in the living room, which we did not have that luxury back in our usual home. And Bubba loves it. It is dog TV. So he is just sitting out there all day. There's a lot of families around us, a lot of little kids, a lot of other animals, a lot of walkers. Then, of course, the usual postal service, UPS, Amazon, FedEx. He can't stand those guys. So yeah, he just sits in the window all day and terrorizes people. But anyway, Sarah with an H. Does she do Trump's Akashic Records? We can ask. Who knows? If I get quiet, I'm gonna try to jot down some questions if I can. Let's do this, and this, and this, and this. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if she does, Sarah, since she doesn't usually do political stuff, but I don't know. And now that some of you are following or are followers of her already, maybe you have a better idea of how she operates. Okay, good. Oh, we're in We're in New England, Susan. Pat Lee, a missing mass and all the colorful fonts, salt of the earth mass holes. Yeah, well, there are a lot of us out here. If you want to know, today was about 58 degrees and beautiful. Tomorrow, 41 and miserable. So that's April in New England. Hey, Daryl, how you doing? Good to see you. Betty, good to see you again. Hello, hello, hello. If you're just tuning in, we're giving away Debbra Lupien, voice of the Akashic Records, joining us in a few minutes. She's giving away a free soul introduction. That's a one-on-one with her tonight. I got one with her, thankfully, last week, which was really cool. We're going to play that at a later date. So be on the lookout for that. And if you like to win that, all you have to do is become a bridge buddy. Anna Lee Finch, our mama bear with a wrench, she has the link for you if you want to get in on that as soon as possible, and we'll spin that prize wheel later on this evening. Let's see. Eileen's got a question. Oh boy, here comes the chat. Let's do this and this and come over here and a little bit of that. All right, if I get quiet, you know why. We need a director. Thanks, Pixie, on the t-shirt. All right, Eileen, I've got you down. Oh, New Haven, New Haven, Connecticut. Corey, can you do the records for a group of people or just an individual? I'm interested to see if the future needs in the country. All right, Jessica, we can certainly ask. And the great thing too with Deborah is she's really savvy with her channel and the tech around it. And so she's on top of the live chat as well. So that'll be helpful. It won't be this little tire fire that you're all witnessing right now. As I'm toggling two different keyboards. All right, I got you down, Jessica. Kristen, I thought Damon popped in at one point last week. I could have sworn. Let's see. Last night. Time. Oh, there's Shockwave. Good to see you. Oh no, Susan, I'm just making a Van Halen joke. Because I remember when their first tour, Sammy Hagar in 1985, their first show was in New Haven, but they called it New Halen because it was the new lineup. That's just me. All right. Good. Oh, almost showtime here with Deborah. Nice. Okay. So that's the latest. So tonight, Debbra Lupien, voice of the Akashic Records. Tomorrow, we believe that it's going to be Meredith and Bubba to hang out for a bit. Thursday, I'm recording a show with Celtic Tarot Sheila. And so I'll try to figure out with Deborah if we want to sit in a live chat when we replay our soul introduction or not. We'll figure that stuff out. Just remind me, because I'm going to forget. I'm kind of all over the place here. So in the meantime, late March, April, my business goes insane. It's all the seasonal businesses come back or people prepping for tourism season here. So there's all kinds of stuff going on. That way I've been slammed last couple of days and we're doing shows. Let's see, this evening, tomorrow evening, Thursday evening, we're doing one. I might have a family hiccup along the way here. I got to figure out if we're dealing with that sooner than later. I'll keep you all posted about that. But that's the idea. Once I have some sort of a set schedule in, I usually post in that community tab a nice graphic that kind of shows the weekdays lined up. But anyway, we'll figure it out. Susan saw Jim Morrison get arrested in '67. That's cool. Oh wait, was that featured when he did the show in Connecticut? Was that at Hartford? Trying to think. Shockwave, no big birthday plans. I'll be doing a show with Meredith and Bubba. I've never been a big birthday person. And and I don't know why this happens, but it's happened naturally. At New Year's Eve, when the ball drops, then I add the year to my birthday. So I'm 48 now, but because of I was born in 74, once New Year's hits, I say I'm 49. From then, it's just how I think. I don't know why. I have friends that are like diehard birthday people. They love partying on their birthday for some reason. I never got it, but I participated. So anyway, probably not much. Plus, I think Meredith has to travel later this week. So we're just kind of getting into spring cleaning. We'll have a good update on our house. Actually, we actually believe that phase 1 of our house is going to be done in about a month. And when phase 1 is done, I can at least get in there and start to play with the new studio space. So we're actually ahead of schedule there. My guess is we actually won't be living in there until after the summer. She wants to be there during the summer, but I'd be surprised. But who knows? We'll see. So she'll have more. She's actually up there now, taking a look at the house. So Joan just signed up to be a member. So hold on, Joan. Welcome aboard. You're officially a bridge buddy. If anyone else wants to join to win the free, there you are, Joan. Soul introduction with Debbra. You can get in on that now. Beautiful. Thank you, Joan. Yeah, not a lot of sleep lately. Jill, I think you might have texted me and I haven't gotten back to you, or emailed. I can't remember which. Betty loves a good birthday. Let's ask who's into their birthday or not. Do you celebrate your own birthday? Haven't done one of those goofy polls in a while. Blood on the streets of the town of New Haven, you know it. Wow, Giselle's sister was at the same concert. No, wow, that's crazy. Rocks, good to see your name, buddy. When does Akashic Records start? I was away from the show. My cryptic question wasn't answered. No, the cryptic question I don't think was answered, Rocks. But I think I still have that here somewhere. Oh. So wait, so Marianne, you sent me the t-shirt? That is so sweet. And Andrew was the vendor. Yeah, it's so weird when I get gifts, especially through third parties, obviously. There's never a return address, and it's hard for me to keep track. Awesome. Geez, Marianne, thank you so much. That's awesome. Oh my God, wait, I was trying to get a question down. Thank God. And actually, and I think, and Deborah's here too. Corey, stop asking stupid poll questions. All right, I want to get rocks down. Oh, come on, for crying out loud. Just paste. Okay, there is that. All right, let's bring Deborah in. We need a professional in here now. Hey.
Hi there.
How you doing, Deborah?
Screen. I had you on watching you on the other screen while I was waiting for it to come up. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Let me get my circles going.
Okay.
Say hi to Deborah. Deborah, you have access to the live chat, right?
Yeah, I have it.
Awesome.
I can kind of see it. It's not as easy, but I can kind of see it.
Cool. This is my go-to background for you, by the way.
Oh, cool. Use that one or another one.
Yeah, so busy. We have a busy half hour here too.
I see that. Yeah, lots of familiar names. Welcome, everybody. So great to see you.
Yeah. D Dakota, Anna Lee will have a link if you want to get in. We already mentioned, Deborah, that you've been gracious enough to you'll be giving away a soul introduction, which is awesome. We'll have that drawing later on, so people are signing up for that.
Yeah, that's $227, you guys.
Now we're talking.
That's an awesome gift.
Woo! And it was awesome. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk to you about, Deborah. So we had our session not too long ago. So that is ready for broadcast. When do we want to air it? Because I can just set it as a premiere video. And if you want, we can sit in the live chat together, or I can just have it kind of run. But I have events tomorrow night and Thursday night, so I wouldn't be able to participate then. So
I don't know. What's the next available time? Because I'm happy to sit in on a premiere with you. Sure. That would be fun.
Yeah, folks, what works best for you? Because I think next week I would probably be on Tuesday for Bridge Buddy Roulette. It could be maybe a Monday evening, Sunday or Monday evening wouldn't be bad. Maybe we'll say Monday, because then we'll be on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. Or because I don't want to wait until next Thursday. Like we could, but you know. And I'm not around Friday night either. So let's do Monday.
Monday works. Yeah.
Have you found on your channel that people prefer weeknight programming to weekend?
Well, I don't do that many live streams. I do 2 lives a month, and they know exactly when they are. I do one that's during the day and one that's during the night, so that I can catch people in different time zones.
Gotcha. Okay. So, hi, Elisa Vet. Good to see you. Hi, Linda. How are you? Lots of hellos for Deborah. And Deborah, we've heard from a few people who have had soul introductions with you already.
Awesome.
Which was great. Yeah. Or purchased your books. And Annalie, you may still have Deborah's links for her books as well, which you can always drop in throughout the show too. Elisa Vet, always good to see your name. Hi, Willow Breeze. Old guy. Here comes old guy's cracking from Colorado already. Deborah, it's good to see you, meaning it's good to see our Akashic Records, or it's good to see our names in the chat?
Both. Why not?
There you go.
Live large.
Hi, Rose. How you doing tonight? Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so welcome to another edition of Let's Get Metaphysical. We are back with Deborah Lupien, voice of the Akashic Records, once again. So great to have her back on with us. Really enjoying getting to know you, Deborah. It's been fun. So I'm looking forward to tonight.
Because you know the thing about you, Corey.
I already know, but you
You are not serious at all, but you're from Sirius.
This is true. Yeah. So do you want to talk about what you discovered last week? So, okay. So, and hi, Sharon, how you doing tonight? It's great to see everybody tonight. So, all right. A few days ago, Deborah was gracious enough to give me a soul introduction. So, Deborah, can you explain what a soul introduction is? And I know I asked you during the show too, how do you go about doing that? And then if you want, we could kind of talk about some of the things that we discovered together, what we discussed. We could save it for a later date, but we can kind of do whatever you want. Oh, but before we do that, Catherine, she's always so sweet to us. So thank you, Catherine. Thank you. I'm sending one cream egg to you for that, Catherine.
What are you going to do after Easter?
I have the feeling Annalie is just going to keep sending me, because it's going to be all, they're going to be getting these off the shelves everywhere, so it'll be all the discount stuff too. I'm going to have peeps coming out of my ears.
Yeah.
This spring and summer. So, okay. Sorry to cut you off. So, okay. So Deborah, what is a soul introduction, and how do you put that together for somebody who works with you?
Well, once I have their permission to go into their records, I actually go in with pen and paper or computer, right, and keyboard, and do research. So I've got a whole list of things that I'm asking about. I want to find out what your gift is. That's like the most important thing that informs upon your soul purpose, which is what most people are interested in. And then we talk about your planet of origination, your tribe, So if you're getting a soul introduction, you are probably a starseed, because the earthers are just not all that interested in this metaphysical stuff. They're really grounded people. And then we talk about your soul specialty, which is another aspect. And then putting those three pieces together is what makes you a unique soul. So then we talk about that, how they inform upon each other. So I'm really curious to find out, since you had that reading and you're percolating on all that information, have you had any big insights come up?
Honestly, what happened is I just feel more reassured about who I am and what I'm doing, and maybe even the reassurance comes with and how I do things. So it's always fascinating to get some of the whys answered in your life.
Yeah.
And I thought that was what was really cool is how you were able to provide that. And you're so succinct and direct and articulate when you're doing this with someone that it's easy for it's just very accessible, digestible. You can absorb it really easily. So that's why I kept saying over and over how appreciative I was, because it was very interesting, and it was delivered in a way that made sense and resonated. And so that was my big takeaway. It felt like a good workout when we were done.
The cool thing about them is they're very organic. No two are the same, even if you shared the same characteristics as somebody else, because it's always in the moment channeling as we put the pieces together to help you understand yourself at a deeper level.
Yeah, it was great. And I mean, it's also like you basically send along a report as well. And it's just something I can go back and refer to. And then, so how would this work, Deborah? Like a follow-up? What would happen now that once the soul introduction is done? What would we do next?
Well, generally what people do next is the karmic blocks reading, because they want to find out what happened in past lives, what kind of trauma is still impacting me in my life today. And that's important because it can be very disempowering. You can get caught in these repeating patterns of behavior that are disempowering. So that one entails a lot more research. I have to go in and find out what are the issues that are happening for you. And then I have to trace that back in your records to find the lifetime of origination. When did that trauma start? And then once I know where it started, were you a male? Were you a female? How old were you? What was the trauma? Who was involved? Anybody in your present life who was involved in that particular story. So all of that together. And then that comes in another written report, because it's, as you can imagine, pretty deep.
Yeah.
Usually there's, 3, 4, once in a while, maybe 5 lifetimes that will show up, more often 3 or 4.
And so you discovered that the planet that I'm linked to is Sirius. So can you explain that a little bit for folks?
Yeah, well, Syrians are these really interesting people. I was telling you, what's really cool about them is that eons ago, they developed implant technology. So think about that for a moment. Way before we were here on Earth, they were already advanced enough that they were developing this implant technology. And their purpose was to use it for good. They wanted to help people open up their intuitive telepathic abilities. And then this dark planet of people came in, invaded, stole the technology, and used it to control people. So they were devastated. That just took the wind out of their sails, and they stopped creating things from scratch after that. They took to, let's just improve things. So their motto as a people is, let's find a better way. So they'll make the mousetrap better, but they won't invent it, because that old trauma is still there. Now, some of them are starting to work out of it, which is really wonderful, because that's the whole point, working out of those old traumas, right?
Yep. Interesting. Yeah. I could listen to you all night, which is really cool. So where should we start tonight, Deborah? Are we ready to field questions? Is there anything that you wanted to discuss at all?
Oh, I'm open to discuss anything that is of interest to you. I just wondered, before we really got into it, if you had questions or, anything that you noticed after your reading.
I think it was, it was really weird because the impact is immediate, right? Once you're hearing things about yourself, it's like, yes, 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 that that makes sense. Oh, no kidding. All those periods of like self-discovery along the way, which are really cool. And then what I try to not do is overthink things where it's like, okay, am I still just going with the flow, trying to stay present, be who I am, live in that moment, and because these are just how I naturally am, just be. Or once you start, is it just blocking out the voices in the head, or you know, now that some things have definition, does that cloud my action in any way or my thinking in any way? Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. The struggle is to learn to discern the voice of ego from the voice of soul and your angels.
Mm,
Because as a channel, you've got this information coming through all the time. And it's so easy to second guess yourself and think that, oh, I just made that up. And of course, ego is going to help you with that all along the way. So once you learn how to tell the difference, and we talked about that a little bit, so they'll hear it on the video, when you can distinguish it, then you can actually take that inspired information that you channel and use it in your life purposefully because you're getting it for a reason. You're
hmm.
being inspired with ideas and insights and, those repeating numbers that show up for people and things like that.
Hmm. So now, okay, so now you've given me this information. Is the onus on me now to move forward with that, or would I be able to like cosmically like tap your shoulder for guidance here and there
Yeah, you
or
can
reminders or
email me questions, and I do those 2 live events every month for people as well.
Hmm.
But what I encourage you to do is really to empower yourself. I don't want to become your crutch. That's not my purpose. I'm helping you become independent to lean on and use your gift. So, yeah, we've got the 21-day meditation challenge group, which is a wonderful way to help expand your channel. So, you read that book, which is the course on how to learn to channel, because everybody can channel. And then you come into the group, you read what other people have gone through, what's tripped them up, where they've had triumphs. That will help you a lot. And then you can post your own questions and share. So it's really a community lifting one another up and expanding forward into your abilities, because we're all being called right now to step up
Hmm.
so we can change the world.
Now, as someone who can read Akashic Records, what's it like when you're working with somebody new? Is it just like, I mean, is it like a kid on Christmas morning who just can't wait to sort of figure out or start to piece together someone's someone's records? Is it more like, is it anticipatory? Are you just um are you just channeling? Like, are you just a conduit for this? I just want to know, like, what are you getting out of this personally? Like, I know it's like soul nourishment, I'm sure, but what is it like if you have 4 or 5 appointments this week and you're delving into all of, these individual lives?
Yeah, it really is my purpose, and it feeds my soul. So that's why I do it, because my soul is wired to be a researcher and an independent entrepreneur. So I've got those 2 gifts that I have to juggle, which is kind of interesting. But I'm all about that research. So I love hanging out on the records, digging, getting more information, learning more, because I'm always learning more as I'm teaching what I've learned. One hand feeds the other. So when I get to sit with somebody and share with them about their soul, it is the most exciting, thrilling experience, because you see in their face, their eyes get big and they're like, that's me? That's who I am? And oh, great. Now that I know this, what am I going to do with it? So this whole new world opens up for you. And I call it, it's like you 2.0. You are not the same person you were anymore. Once you understand about your soul, you can't go back. Not that you'd want to, but you are different. And the way you approach the world will be different. Your goals might even change, because you will just have this new idea and understanding of what you're doing here on the earth, what you were meant to accomplish. Because I think we're all hardwired when we're born to search out, why am I here? What am I supposed to do?
Hmm.
So this is the answer.
Have you ever worked with someone where it was difficult to unlock or share information, or was it poorly received? Is it some folks have a hard time hearing this, or
Well, the karmic stuff can be really tough because
yeah.
some of those stories are really wicked, but only once in a great while, because if they've come, they have that desire. They want to know what's in their records. But a couple of times I had one where it was like I got there and the door was closed and I had to really push hard to get in, metaphorically speaking, of course.
Hmm.
And so once I got in, then it was fine. And then a couple of times I've had people, I shared about their gift and they're just looking at me expressionless, like, that's not me. But I said, okay, just hang with me. Let's keep going here. I want to tell you more about it. And all of a sudden, we hit that sweet spot that resonates with them. Now they get it. Now they're on board. Like I had this lady who was an independent entrepreneur, and she kept telling me that's not who I am over and over. I mean, it was a real struggle to get through the reading. But at the end, I found out what her problem was. She had this real negative idea about what an entrepreneur is. She thought they were crooks and shysters, and no way did she want to be. No, that's not what it's about. It means you're very independent. You like to do things yourself. You like the freedom of choice that being an entrepreneur brings you. It doesn't mean you have to be one. And besides which, hello, they're not all bad. Entrepreneur here. I don't think I'm bad. I think I'm doing good work.
Right.
So yeah, that was a really unusual circumstance. That doesn't normally happen. Most people are just so excited to meet their soul and learn all about it.
And when you're working, right? So I mean, it's a lot of your time and effort you're putting into this and your energy. Are you, what's it like afterwards? Are you fatigued? Are you tingling like the way like Jilly Beans does when she's feeling something? Like is it euphoric? Can you sleep? Can you not sleep? What happens to you then?
Yeah, it lights me up.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was able to do that 7-hour marathon I told you about. I channeled for 7 hours for charity with only a 15-minute break every 2 hours to take care of Mother Nature. But yeah, it feeds my soul. It's the energy is flowing through me to you or to whomever I'm sharing it with. So I get blessed and energized as that energy flows through.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, do you want to field some questions tonight, Deborah?
Whenever you're ready.
I'm ready. We can be as loosey goosey as you want to be tonight, you know?
Yeah.
And we do remind you, so Annalie and Kristen have been dropping links in there to Deborah's books. She your 4-time author, Deborah? Yeah. Is number 5 on the way, or?
It's trying to find its way into my schedule. Yeah.
Very cool. And if you want to book some time with Deborah too, what is your website again, Deborah? Is it I want to say it's Akashic Unleashed, but I'm not positive.
AkashaUnleashed.com.
Akasha.
You can also go to DebraLupien.com. As long as you spell my name right, you'll find it. So 2 B's in Deborah and 1 P in Lupien.
Beautiful. All right, folks. So if you have questions for Deborah, drop them in here. I don't remember, like we don't do political stuff. I'm not sure what's off limits. I know Deborah's very capable of doing cold reads for folks as well, but we may sprinkle that in here and there, but we're not gonna line up the queue like, you know, Filene's basement on wedding dress day, like we have in the past. So, but anyway, we do have some questions in already. One is from Cheryl Smith, who asked us earlier today. Deborah, speaking of entrepreneurs, what can I do to supplement my income and stay on my soul's path? So I find it interesting that people see the conflict already and
yeah,
in making a living, you know?
They felt it. So many people are in soul-sucking jobs, and it's just a tragedy because there are jobs out there that they're a match for energetically, that they can live their purpose. Yeah. So her name was Cheryl?
Cheryl Smith. Yes. Thanks for the question, Cheryl.
So she wants to know what kind of job?
What can I do to supplement my income and remain on my soul's path?
Yeah. So Cheryl, it's all about finding something that feels good to you. You don't want to choose anything that's that soul-sucking kind of work, or you're doing it just to make a buck. I mean, if you have to survive, you have to survive. But ideally, you're going to look around at things that you enjoy doing. If you like being around people, then do something where you can be around people and have that engagement. So it's not any one particular job That's what makes it a little challenging. And your angels will never tell you what to do. They'll give you hints. So here's what you do, Cheryl. You call on your angels and you say, listen, I need to earn some supplemental income. Can you bring across my path some jobs or some income that would be an optimal choice for me? And they will. So then you just keep yourself aware, mindful, watching for signs and insights. And then when it happens, follow up on it. It might feel like a coincidence. There are no coincidences. Those synchronicities, those coincidences, that's your angels bringing you some kind of inspiration. So when it happens, follow up on it quickly, and then you will find something. But the sky is the limit. I mean, if you want to give us like a few things to check on, I can do that for you. But just to grab something out of the air, that would be really difficult to do. So we need a little more guidance from you on that.
And honestly, and Deborah, I know you're tuned into the live chat as well. Feel free if you see a question that grabs you. You know what? I've had soul sucking jobs before, and they teach you what you don't want to do with your life.
Yeah.
And you can get in these ruts where I always equated it to the difference. You need to feel productive with your day. You know, and I think the difference is in living your life the right way or in a way that's hurting you. In many ways, it's the difference between looking forward to waking up or looking forward to going to sleep. That's how it worked for me. You know, when I just wanted to be in like a dream state and have things sort of marinate and work themselves out, I couldn't wait to nap or sleep or whatever. And now I can't wait to wake up and start the day and get after things. So
Yeah.
that's how I turn things around for
You don't want to
myself.
feel like you're just pacing and passing time. You came here to live with gusto and joy, to fulfill that purpose. So yeah, don't settle for anything less than what feeds your soul.
Well said. Okay, Eileen is asking, Deborah, what are the different star seeds? So if I can ask a very elementary question, what is a star seed? And then we can get to Eileen's question on what are the different star seeds.
Okay. Well, a starseed is somebody whose soul originated on another planet. So the first time they incarnated into a body, it was on a planet other than Earth. Right? Now, if you originated on Earth, then you'd be called an Earther. So you'd be in that category. And in my list that I work with, I've got 22. So I can't remember them all off the top of my head, but I can tell you a few of them that are very common that you've probably heard about. The Arcturians is one that's really an advanced race. They're very spiritual people. Probably won't run into many of them because they're a little rare. There are also the Palladians that you probably heard a lot about, because Palladians are all over the earth right now, helping out as we move forward towards this new evolution that we're going through. Then there are Polarians. They come from Polaris, which is the North Star, very connected with Earth, very grounded people. And what else have we got? There's this planet called Hadar, which is, I don't find many of those people. So I don't know how many are out there. They're just not attracted to working with me, I guess, but they are a lot of victim energy that they bring with them because their planet was invaded like Sirius was, except it was taken over. And this invading other planet took them hostages, took them to other planets, dropped them off, put them into slavery. So for the Hadarians, a big part of their journey is learning to work out of that victim energy to empower themselves. So I've met a few, but not very many. So let's see what else. There's so many of them. There's a whole bunch of blueprinters, and blueprinters have subcategories. So there's like blueprint technicians, blueprint changers, deliverers. There's one other, I'm forgetting what it is, but the blueprinters are really interesting. They are a soul group that came to Earth when the beings here were in the primal state. So, you know, think cavemen, right? So they came, they thought it was really interesting. They decided to work with these beings and help them evolve. They wanted to see what would happen if they brought in a higher level of consciousness for them. So every time Earth goes through an evolutionary up level, the blueprinters come back in large numbers because they are karmically tied with us now that they have done this and they've been here. So there's a lot of blueprinters around right now. You might have heard of those. There's more talk about them now than ever before. And then you'll hear of some that are like last time I was on, somebody asked about Lyrans, and I said, well, I don't know about Lyrans. It might be called something different in the modality that I was trained in. So it's quite likely it's included in mine, but just has a different name. And then there are another group that came from the Andromeda area, and that's an angelic realm. So that means they're angels on Earth.
Hmm.
And they're a little rare as well, but there are some here. So angels walking among us, some not even having a clue, which is really interesting.
Well, how cool is this? The follow-up question was, Deborah, do archangels relate to star seeds?
Yeah, I'm a starseed. I'm from Alpha Centauri. That's another one I forgot. So yeah, they do absolutely, because they are here to help us on this journey. Once we agreed to incarnate on Earth and be part of this experience, especially this big evolutionary jump, we need them more than ever. So yeah, in fact, we have our own team assigned to us, in addition to the ones that most people are familiar with, the big list of them.
Hmm. Very cool. Oh, thanks for the questions, Eileen. Okay, here is one from Jessica Frank, longtime viewer. Deborah, can you do the records for a group of people or just an individual? I'm interested if she can see the future of for our natives in this country.
I can ask about the natives, yeah.
Hmm.
An interesting story I'll interject before we do that is, when I was coming up in this work, I couldn't understand, if we choose where we incarnate, why would anybody choose to incarnate as a Native American? Because they know their life is going to be filled with a lot of difficulties, strife, big challenges. Most likely, it's not going to be all rainbows and unicorns, right? And oh, I was scolded. They told me, no, 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 don't you feel sorry for them? That disempowers them. They chose that lifetime for a very specific purpose. Either they had karma to work out with that area, those people, or it had something to do with what their purpose was this time around, and they could fulfill it in that environment. So we don't want to. And the same things with people from other ethnicities who struggle. They chose it for a reason. So we never want to put that down. We want to uphold and bless and respect them.
Hmm.
So let's just ask, what can you tell us about the future of the Native Americans? I'm presuming that's who you meant, the Native Americans, because
Yes.
mostly these are people from the US.
Hmm.
The indigenous peoples, we can ask about that too. Yeah, they're just going to keep evolving just as you are. So they've got their own path to walk. And, we saw during the time when all the natives rose up a number of years back for the water rights, when they were trying to put that Keystone Pipeline through. So the water protectors stepped up on behalf of all of us, because we need water. Who's kidding who? How do you think you can destroy all the water and you can still have life? So they have this bigger purpose, caring for Earth as well as their people. And also it's continuing on their tradition so that it's not lost. So it's a lot that they're doing. So hopefully that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Yep. Thanks for the question, Jessica, as always. Maria Rodriguez had one in here. Deborah, what will I learn when I schedule a session with you?
Depends on what you want to learn. So you can do a session where you come in with some challenge that you're working on, and I call that a life tune-up. So you come in with a specific issue you want to work on, and we go through your records to find out the most empowering way that you can resolve that issue. I did a course on this a number of years ago. It was, what's your big hairy obstacle? And we did it as a group, which was really cool. We all went through the records, and yeah, that was very powerful. If you wanted a soul introduction, then you would learn about the aspects of your soul, how you are wired, how you can function at the highest level of empowerment in this lifetime. And if you did the karmic blocks, you'd learn about what's going on in those past lives that's still affecting you today. So it would be things that show up in your life, like repeating things, like a broken record, something you keep doing over and over. And every time you do it, you're like, oh my gosh, why did I do that again? But it's like you don't have any control over it because it's a karmic connection. Until you figure out what that is, release that energy, it's going to keep repeating. So it's about learning and resolving all that old karma as we move forward.
Very nice. Thanks for the question, Maria. It is the bottom of the hour now, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. You are watching Let's Get Metaphysical on Bridge Cape Ann. I'm joined by Deborah Lupien, voice of the Akashic Records. You can follow her on her channel. You should. I think many of you are now, which is awesome. This is Deborah's second appearance, I suppose we could call it second, although we did record my soul introduction last week, and we're going to play that for you. It sounds like Monday evening, and then hopefully Deborah and I can sit in on that. We're probably 7 p.m. Eastern time that night, but we'll let you guys know. We're fielding your questions in real time now as well, so thanks for joining us. Next question, Deborah, comes from C'est La Vie. Deborah, how can I access the Akashic Records? Do I have to meditate, and do my guides give me messages based on the Akashic Records?
How can you access them? I use meditation. There might be other ways. I heard recently somebody talking about astral traveling, but I don't think you're going to be able to get there if you don't know how to meditate and get there. So that would be the easiest way to start. And when I say meditation, I'm not talking about sitting there saying Om for hours and clearing your mind and being blank, because that's really a challenge. If you haven't done it before, you've got to work up to that level. So that's why I channeled the book, The Path to Hearing Angels and Guides. It's a course teaching you how to channel, having that two-way dialogue with your angels. Then once you've opened the channel and you start getting the information, then you can take it wherever you want. When you're in your records, you can call upon deceased loved ones. You can do mediumship. You can go in and ask about past lives. You can ask about any information that you want or need. Some people say you can actually access skills that you had in a past life. I personally have not had that experience yet. I think it would be really cool, but it is possible. I've heard some people talk about doing it. And somebody like Amy Winehouse, for instance, she came in with this amazing talent. She has done that in past lives. So recently, I actually had a conversation with her because I'm doing this program on healing addictions through the records. So she was my choice to speak to. That's actually premiering on Thursday. So what I found out is that, yeah, she had a couple of successful lifetimes as an entertainer. In fact, I'll tell you this, it won't even be on that one. It's going to come out on another one I'm doing in the future. She was Isadora Duncan in a life beyond that. But then in the meantime, she had a life as a man where she was a somewhat successful singer, but she never got to the level she did as Amy. And I just learned so much in that conversation. So that's something you can do. The sky is the limit. You could just go into your records and have a really good time, because when you go there, things happen at the speed of thought. So let's say you want to fly. You can think, I'm a bird, and you will be a bird, and you will be flying, and you will be flying over and seeing whatever you want to see. If you're feeling cold, you think I'm cold, you're wearing a fur coat. It's just whatever you think about, it's there for you. So you can have these amazing experiences. And that might sound trivial. It's not. It's never trivial, because when you're in the records, you are connected to your entire Akashic team. So they are using those experiences. They will shape them to bring you a message, a lesson, whatever it is you're needing at that time. They always give you exactly what you need, if not exactly what you want.
Very cool. By the way, we want to point out that Deborah is actually gracious enough to give away a soul introduction, a one-on-one with her later on during tonight's show. We actually do we have a prize wheel, and we actually spin it in real time for you. So if you want to get in on that, Annalie Finch, our Mama Bear moderator, has the link for you to sign up for it. It's just $2 a month to subscribe to the channel. We do this sort of thing all the time, which is really cool. And that's a big, big prize. So we're very grateful for that. So get in while you can. Here's a question from Sandra Spidel. I've been told the time is now for me to bring my purpose into the world. Is there a way to connect with Metatron on this?
Yeah, everybody can connect with Metatron. Some people think that, oh, he's special because he's in charge of the records and he's this big acclaimed Akashic archangel. But no, you can connect with whoever you want to connect with. So it's what I was talking about with the previous person. You use meditation, you get in, you form this practice, do it regularly. The more often you do it, the faster you will progress. And the big challenge with that is just learning to get past your ego so that you can hear the messages from your angels. And I'll just refer you back again to the book, because that's really the fastest way. That's 21 days to learning how to talk to your angels and guides. And most of the people, I can't say all because I don't know, but most of the people within a week, not even the 21 days, are starting to get things, maybe little tiny things, but they're starting to get something. Even people who said, I never meditated before, I can't meditate. They did, because Metatron is so brilliant. He designed this process to take you one easy baby step at a time so that everybody can do it. So that's the fastest way. But beyond that, lots of practice.
All right. Maria Rodriguez is following up and asking how she can schedule with you. You can go to DebraLupien.com. Get the spelling right now. It's Debbra. Lupien is Lupien.com. And our mods can drop that in for you too, Maria. So you can get in touch with her. So good luck with that. That sounds fun. All right. What else do we have here? Here's an odd question from PC. Deborah, psychics say timing is not their thing. So why can astrologers be spot on with timing?
Well, astrology is based upon a lot of numbers, mathematics, right? The Akashic Records, they're not so big on numbers. And part of that is because time in the records is not linear as it is here. It's layers. So everything is happening all at once, as hard as that is to comprehend. And that's why timing of things is tricky. Plus, here's the other big reason it's tricky. And that's because we have free choice as humans. So you've got this thing lined up that your angels have been working on. And you ask me, when is it going to happen? And I tell you it's going to happen in 6 weeks. The day that I tell you that, it's true. It is going to happen in 6 weeks. But here's the thing. You or somebody involved in that situation could make a different choice than what the angels anticipated and totally screw up the timeline, which can make it go further, or it could accelerate it if you did something that, helped it accelerate, which you can do. So you can take action ASAP when you're inspired, which will accelerate your timeline, or you can make different choices. And then when you do that, your angels have to go into high gear, running around, reconnecting all those synchronicities that they had set up to guide you into that opportunity that was waiting for you. So that's probably going to take a little bit longer. And that's the reason. So when you get the information, it's probably correct, depending on the source. And of course, the intention is to be correct, right? But these outside forces and your choices can impact it. So hopefully that makes sense.
Vicky Nedwick's asking if you could please give the name of the book about angels again.
Oh, it's The Path to Hearing Angels and Guides.
Okay, Vicky.
Excellent. I'll just show it to you so you know what it looks like. So look for the pink book, you'll find it. And just put my name in on Amazon, it'll come up.
All right, here's a question from Val in Southwest Pennsylvania. She's asking, do I have any special gifts? And if so, how can it be enhanced and used to help others?
Well, yeah, you do. Everybody does. Everybody has superpowers. Imagine that, right? And if you go to my channel and you watch the April forecast from Metatron, he actually talked about that, how right now it is so important for all of us to connect with our records, to understand those superpowers and start using them so that we can flip this world around and get back on a positive track sooner. So yeah, and how you can learn about them is in the records. Either you do it yourself or you have someone do it for you, but it's all there waiting for you to get in there and understand it and start using it. Then once you know what it's like, it's up to you to make choices that are more empowering based upon what you now know about yourself. And I highly recommend show up on Monday and watch Corey's reading, because that will explain so much to you. When you see how it's done, what he went through, and all the different kinds of insights, it will make so much more sense to you.
Yes. And I am an open book, folks. I'm like a CVS receipt. The stuff just starts spewing out of me. And it was a great time with Deborah as well. So, all right. Thanks for the question. This is from Melinda Salinas. Hi, Deborah. Why do I receive repeating numbers daily, and from whom?
It's your angels, Melinda, and they're going to keep doing it until you notice and take some kind of action. So when you get the numbers, if you're not already, go to Joanne Sacred Scribes and Angels. That's the Google that you do. It'll come up. And they've got all of these numbers along with the symbolism, the angel message that goes with the numbers. So find out what it means, because if you're seeing 444 all the time and you don't go and look it up, then you're not getting the message. They'll keep repeating it until you get it. They will never give up on you. So take that fast action, find out what the symbology of that number is, and then process that. Maybe you even want to meditate on it a little bit to figure out what does that inspire in you? How does that connect to where you are in your life or what you've been seeking? And then take that action. But you'll keep seeing it until you take action.
I hope that helps. Boy, and I wonder if receiving the numbers is bothersome, or does it wind you up? Like, is it exciting that it just keeps happening? Like, are you happy about it that you keep seeing these numbers? Who knows?
Well, I think if you keep seeing them and you don't have any idea what it means, but you know it should mean something,
Yeah.
that's going to be really frustrating. So that's why you want to take that action to look it up. And you can just Google symbology or meaning of and put the number there. But I do recommend that Sacred Scribes and Angels site because they're really good.
Very cool. Okay, next up is Rox Tamborski. We love the name, Rox. Deborah, is there anything in my near future, like relinking with my gift in the Akashic Records or others, that that you feel I should be aware of? So does this make sense?
Kind of. It was rocks?
Rox.
Rocks. So what can you give us for the near future for rocks? What exciting, uplifting message. Oh yeah, I'm here in Tarara Boomdier, and that's always celebration, upbeat. Get in there and party, girl, if you're not already. More playfulness in your life, more mindfulness as you watch for those numbers or whatever synchronicities are showing up for you. When they happen, be in a state of gratitude, because that helps your energy shift so that you see more. And it will keep coming. So just stay in that upbeat, happy mode, being in gratitude. Keep moving forward in that energy, because that's being in the flow. And when you're in the flow, that's where magic happens. So that's what you want more of.
Good, good, good. Okay, thanks for the question. Here's one from Mary Hubble. Deborah, can you time travel through dreams?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And some people astral travel, lots of people astral travel in their dreams. They can connect with people from past lives. They can connect with their origination planet. All different kinds of things can happen in your dreams. Probably you're not going to be aware of it. Most people don't even remember. But you're even going to soul school in your dreams. All that's happening because here's the thing. The soul doesn't need to sleep. So your body goes to sleep to recharge, and your soul goes off and does exploration, hangs out with friends, whatever it is that your soul wants to do, whatever's purposeful for you. So all of that's going on, and you're just not conscious of it. But one day you will be. As you continue to ascend on your spiritual journey, your vibrational frequency will rise. You will have access to more information, more understanding. The world just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and your understanding deepens. Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, here's a question from Zach. Deborah, I don't understand why being around men invigorates me like recharging my battery, and yet being with women does not do that for me. Why is that?
Okay. For Zach, okay, so why is it that his energy is not invigorated being around women? I'm kidding. He just doesn't understand women. It's lighten up, Zach, have more fun, because girls just want to have fun, right? So get out there, have more fun, relax. Stop worrying about trying to impress them or, any other thing you think they might want. Just be you, have fun, be kind, and allow the relationships to expand. Because when you're with your buddies, you can just relax. That's what you do. So try to take that energy, not the crude boy humor, keep that there with the boys. Bring your good manners, bring your kindness, and just be you, because you're already perfect and they will appreciate you.
Bet you weren't expecting that, Zach, tonight, but thanks for the question. Okay, here's one from Susie. Deborah, would love to know if my mother has a message for me. I've been dreaming about her and would love clarity. Much love and gratitude.
Okay, so Susie, anything from mom, Susie's mom. I'm hearing Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. So I don't know if that was a song she sang to you or if it has some special meaning. If it doesn't, go look up the lyrics, because there's some message there or the song wouldn't have come up. So what else do you want to share with her? She's blowing kisses. That often happens with the departed when they want to make sure that you really understand that they are nearby. They are sending you love. They're still involved in your life, even though you can't see them. They see you. So know that. What else, Mom? She wants you. I'm hearing Abba singing Take a Chance on Me. So what I'm feeling for you, Susie, is that you've been holding back. You've not been getting out there really living your life. And she wants you to take a chance on you. Get out there, take that chance on you, start living your life with more gusto, with more joy. Even if that means just going out with the girls and having a good time. But get moving, because when you do that, you move the energy, which then allows your angels to bring more wonderful synchronicities into your life. So get out there and take some action on your behalf, and your life will change for the better.
Very nice. There you have it. Okay. Thanks for reaching out, Susie. Hope that helps. Here's one from one of our moderators, Christian Montone. Deborah, I'm currently working on my second illustrated children's book. What should I know about the project as I go forward, and what should I prepare for upon its release? Thank you in advance.
Awesome. So for Christian, the second children's book, congratulations. That's awesome. Your angels are jumping up and down and cheering. They're really happy about it. So that's good. All right. So what can you tell them about this book? Will it be well received? I get a yes on that. Okay. So what can he do to make it more of a success? No, I'm still hearing Take a Chance on Me. Reverberations, Christian. So yeah, you put it out there with all the love and the intention. Ask your angels to help you with it. Ask them to put it into the attention of those who are a match for it. That will help. But also what really helps, if you can, is run some Amazon ads, because Amazon will promote the books that people pay to promote, right? It's just the way the economy works. So you can put it out there. You can do a great book launch. You can have all these people do that initial buy. But unless that continues, the book will lose momentum, the ranking will drop, and pretty soon you end up in Amazon's basement. So the best way to avoid that is to run a few ads just to keep the book relevant, to keep it up there in the rankings. And if you can do that through the first 30 days, it will stay ranked higher for a longer period of time. And then after that, it's really wise, if you want it to continue to do well, to run just a few ads on a long-term basis. That's just the best way to get over with Amazon.
And of course, Christian, you'll have to do an interview on the Bridge Cape Ann at some point as well. We'll blast that all out internationally for you. All right. Thanks for the question. Here's one from Dreaming Big. Deborah, how do you know when you're on the right path career-wise? And am I on the right path career-wise?
Okay. So for Dreaming Big, is she on the right path spiritually? Yeah, kind of, not exactly. So there's a little room to tighten things up. And what that's about for you, Dreaming Big, is where things are just feeling out of whack, they're not flowing smoothly, that's an area of attention. So what can you change there to allow it to flow? So with your career, if it's not something that you really enjoy doing, that hopefully feeds your soul, or at least somewhere close to it, then what can you change to make it be that? You want to look to make those positive changes to give yourself more opportunities. You don't want to be floundering around just because you need a job, right? It needs to have purpose and meaning that connects with your soul journey, if at all possible. Now, for some people, they're okay with just working a 9 to 5, getting it over with, and then they live their life in the other hours. So you can do that. You can find that balance, but it's not the best choice for you. So always look for the best choice for you, the thing that makes you feel good, that lifts you up, and do more of that. And then as you do that, again, you're opening up opportunities for the angels to drop those breadcrumbs to help you find even more appetizing and wonderful opportunities. And yeah, doors just start opening for you. It gets easier and easier. You're in the flow. So always look to be in the flow. For everybody, that's important.
You know, it's always really helpful too. This is just something practical. If you're not 100% like in love with your job, just keep your a resume floating out there, and you can shoot for the moon. And if there's a business you see across the way, or someone you've worked with in the past and want to work with again and would love to work for or with, it never hurts to put feelers out. And then what's also interesting too is you see how they value you as well, and it may be different from your current situation, and that could be a real eye opener as well too. So it never hurts just to kind of float the resume out there. Always kind of keep it at the ready. You never know. So I hope that helps as well. Some follow-ups to your comments, Deborah. Susie, much gratitude, Deborah. Both songs have meaning, much love and appreciation always.
Awesome.
Christian, I resonate with that, Deborah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Okay, I'll run ads. Worth paying for ads. Big heart. Very cool. All right. Next question comes from Old Guy. We love Old Guy.
Hey.
Deborah, should I write that book that has been floating around in my head all these years?
Hell yeah. Why do you think it's been floating around in your head? It's an inspired idea, and it's going to stay there until you take some action on it. So it might look different today than it would have looked if you had done it years ago, because you've got all this wonderful life experience and wisdom to share. So do that. Get it out there. It's important, or it wouldn't keep coming up. And that's exactly how angel messages work. They don't give up on you. So yeah, take that inspired idea and run with it.
Now, should his pen name be Old Guy? We don't know.
I wouldn't recommend it, but if it feels good to you.
We'll see. But I'd like to see Old Guy in print. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So many people are out there that have that exact same feeling and experience. I know I want to write a book. I know I should write a book, but they don't take action because they don't know where to start. So if you watch that video I sent you on the communicators gathering, we talked about that there. And the thing to do, if you don't know where to start, is to ask other people for recommendations, or find a book coach. There are book coaches that will help you. That's what I did, because I had no idea. I knew I wanted to write the book, but how do you start it? What order do you put it in? What are the steps? So I got a book coach who took me through it all. And then I learned a heck of a lot after that and was able to continue on that journey. But you got to start somewhere. So ask around for help. People are glad to help you.
This is true. Folks, if you have questions for Deborah, just drop them here in the live chat. We're getting around as best we can here. Now, Deborah, I know you normally don't do political questions, but someone has asked if you've ever conducted a remote viewing of President Zelensky.
I don't do remote viewing, so that would be a no. But, we could just ask about his well-being.
Okay, that's fine.
You want to do that?
Sure, yeah.
Because that's not a violation. That's just, asking if he's okay. So what can you tell us about President Zelensky? He is one determined man. Yeah, he is so tough. It's like this man is connected, because there is no way he could withstand all of the wrath and the dark energy coming at him. He's connected to his angels. And that reminds me, if you remember when this whole thing first started, people were talking about Archangel Michael was in the square. There's a statue. There were those double rainbows. There were all these signs that they were protected. And what Metatron told me at the time, because, we were sending all this positive energy to Ukraine to help them. And hey, I'm wearing Ukraine colors tonight too. So the Ukrainian people agreed as souls, as a group of souls, to undertake this war on behalf of humanity. There is something bigger at play here that's involving the whole planet. It's not just Ukraine and Russia. So the Ukrainian people, in their soul contract, agreed to do this, to carry through, to fight on behalf of all of us. So imagine that sacrifice that they're making. That's mammoth. I can't even imagine. But once they get through with this, when the breakthrough happens, it's going to help lead us into the great shift. So that's what it's all about. It's far bigger than any of us ever realized. And you will find messages from Metatron about that if you go back and look at the playlist on my YouTube channel of the messages from Metatron. He's talked about it a number of times.
Nice. We have a question here, Deborah. When do Akashic Records start?
When your soul is created.
Hmm.
As soon as you're a soul, you get a record. And the interesting thing is addresses, places have Akashic records. Animals have Akashic records. When there's consciousness there's an Akashic record. So you can look into those kinds of things. So let's say you want to buy a property. This is a really cool thing you could do. So you could go to the Akashic records. You could ask for information on that property, because if you're thinking about buying it, you would have the right to look into those records. And you could just find out if there's anything blocking you or any reason that you should pass it by. Or conversely, if there's something special about it that might be connected to you and a reason that you're drawn to it. So let your imagination take you. Where could you go with that? You could really go far and get all kinds of information. I once used it to help this guy whose wife was working in this office that had an energy vortex that was bringing all this negative energy into their office. She shared it with someone. People didn't want to come in their office. They didn't like being in their office. So we did a clearing on just that office because they worked there. They had the right to do that. And it actually took 2 to get rid of it. But once we did that, everything shifted and then people were able to be comfortable. So all kinds of wild and wonderful things out there.
Do we know where the word Akashic is derived from, or its origin?
It's a Sanskrit word.
Ah, okay.
And at the moment, I can't remember what it means. Probably somebody in chat will know.
Okay, interesting. Let's see. Debbra says, I'm excited for my reading with Debbra tomorrow. So you'll be busy at work. There you go. All right. Early in the chat, Linda Johnson had asked, Debbra, can you do a soul reading for me?
Well, live like this, no, I can't, because I have to look that information up. And I take it very seriously. It's profound. It's sacred. If I were to do it on the cuff, off the fly like this, I might get it wrong. And to me, that would be the absolute worst tragedy. I never want to give anybody wrong information. So when I do the reading, I check it, double check it, triple check it, quadruple check it to be sure. And then, as I explained to Corey in the video, you'll see when I start doing the reading, I ask you to talk so I can read your energy. And I'm checking it one more time to be sure your energy matches what I got. So yeah, I can't do it live, but sure, book a reading with me. I'm there. Yeah.
There you go. And luckily enough, Debbra is actually giving away a soul introduction tonight, a little later on in this show. And if you want to get in on that, you have to become a bridge buddy. And Annalie Finch has a link in there for you to join up. And we have these sorts of drawings all the time. But of course, a soul introduction with Debbra is a big, big, big prize. So we're super appreciative of that. So get in while you can, and you'll be able to see all your names in that little prize wheel going around shortly. So a couple follow-ups, Debbra. Dreaming Big says, I have a job that pays well, but I don't like it, and something I'm trying to get going and love, but moving slowly. Okay, so we kind of talked about that a little bit. So yeah. She's inching her way towards something different, which is cool. So all right, what else do we have here? Wildflower Wind, who's always with us. Debbra, does my deceased husband have a message for me?
Okay, so Wildflower Wind. Hubby, are you out there? Do you have a message you want to share? I hear love you, babe. Okay, so that's nice and generic. You got anything else more specific? Something so she'll know it's you. Oh, he's walking up behind you, putting his arms around you and just embracing you. Just standing there, just holding you, nothing more. It's just, he's wanting to convey to you the energy of his love, that he's still there. He wants that to be very visceral. So for you, Wildflower, when you have a little quiet time, do a little meditation, close your eyes and picture him there holding you. Feel it. It will feel like you're making it all up, and that's okay. It's real, because he said he would do that. He just showed it to me. So allow yourself to have that gift. You can do that anytime you're missing him. You feel like you need a little pick me up. So just know he's around for that. So anything else you want to share with her? I'm hearing On Top of Old Smoky. Okay. I don't know if that has any meaning for you, Wildflower, but that's the song I'm hearing. Are you talking? You're not talking about not the spaghetti version, On Top of Old Smoky, the straight version. Okay, so anything else you want to share? Yeah, just knowing he's around, but then he's saying, listen, you got to live your life. So don't get too stuck wondering and worrying about me. I'm fine. You need to pick yourself up, get moving forward, find those things that feed your soul and do them, and do that on his behalf too, because he's watching and it will make him really happy. Yeah, so that's what he has to say.
All right, awesome stuff. Okay, hope that brings you some comfort, Wildflower Wind. Thank you for the question. As always, Joan Oblinger comments, that reading for Zelensky gave me chills. The first sentence from Deborah, wow, amazing for the people of Ukraine, which is great. Here's a cool question from Betty Cantrell. Deborah, do animals agree beforehand to come into your life?
Yeah, but I'll ask. So animals, do they make soul contracts with us to come back to us? Yeah, they can. But also know that you've had many lives, many animals, and you're always just like people. Same thing with people. You're meeting new ones too. So you can ask for one that you've had and you've lost to reincarnate and come back to you. But I caution you, if you're going to do that, that you could be depriving yourself of a better opportunity of meeting another one that you haven't had, or a different one that you want to still have another life with. So if we try to interfere with that from this side, we can kind of wreck it, and it doesn't always turn out the way you hoped. I know that's kind of jumbled. I hope it makes sense, but it's wiser just to put your intention out there that you want the next one to be an energetic match with you, or the one that wants to come to you, rather than you dictating which one it is. That's far better, because you see, they're on the other side. They've got access to all the information. You don't have access to all that information unless you are going into your records and getting it. So hopefully that makes sense.
Beautifully put. Okay, folks, we're at the top of the hour now. It's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're watching Bridge Cape Ann. It's another episode of Let's Get Metaphysical. We are with Deborra Lupien, voice of the Akashic Records, who has been more than generous spending time with us tonight. Deborah's also giving away a soul introduction with her. That's a big prize. We're having that drawing in just a little bit. So feel free to drop questions here. She's answering them in real time for everyone tonight too. So there is that. We'll keep you posted on our upcoming schedule here on the bridge. I will be on tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, I believe, with Meredith and Bubba. Everyone misses the big lug, so we'll bring him back on. But then also, we're going to replay Deborah's soul introduction that she did for me just a few days ago. We're going to play that Monday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And then hopefully Deborah and I can actually sit in on the live chat and be of help to all of you there and just kind of engage with everybody. So look for that next Monday night. And then we have more guests we're introducing to the channel later next week. But first things first, we have another question here from Janet for Deborah. Hello, Corey and Deborah. Love your collaboration. We have a theme tonight, Deborah. Needs help with my career as I feel stuck. Can you provide me with a sign to look for to go in a different direction?
Okay. So for Janet, what can you tell her about a career change? Yeah, definitely needed. I can tell you that. So, but what can you tell her to help her find? Do you know that musical Finian's Rainbow? I'm hearing, look, look, look to the rainbow. Follow the fellow who followed the dream. So if you don't know that song, look it up. It's Finian's Rainbow. And what is that about? It's like the fellow represents like that magical bouncing light that you've seen in movies and cartoons and things. So look for that light, metaphorically, of course, and follow it. Your angels are going to be throwing out those breadcrumbs, and it might even show up like a bouncing ball light. But when you see it and you feel it in your gut, just for that moment, oh, that's interesting. Follow it. Don't ignore it, because that's what happens very often with our intuition. We'll get the hit, we'll see it, but then we don't take the moment to register it and take action. It passes us by. Now they'll bring it around again. They'll keep bringing it till you see it, but watch for it. Watch for signs, coincidences, synchronicities, just that kind of feeling pulled in a direction, maybe. Any of those things. And when you feel it kind of in your solar plexus, take action. That will lead you to the opportunity for the new job or the new career.
And Janet, you were prompted to ask Deborah the question, so that could be a sign in and of itself that you're already ready to move in a different direction. So hopefully those signs Deborah just talked about pull you in a direction where maybe you should be going. Maybe you already know. Who knows? Good stuff. Okay, here's one from Joanna Carson, who's always with us, Deborah. And Joanna asks, Deborah, will I be able to retire this year? I have some financial hurdles to overcome.
Okay. So for Joanna, would it be an optimal choice for her to retire this year in 2023? Get a yes. So will it be financially possible for her to retire in 2023? I'm hearing a way will be made. So keep your eyes and ears tuned, Joanna, because your angels are going to bring something that will help you with those hurdles so that you can make it possible. And it might even be, you know how sometimes we tell ourselves, I can't do that, or I can't do it that way. But if you really stop and think about it, maybe you actually can, but you have to do it slightly different than what you were thinking about. Or maybe it's not true that you can't do it. So reflect on all those options. Is it really true? Or maybe that's your opening. So use your discernment, go through whatever comes up, whatever inspires you, follow through on it, because they're going to be working overtime so that you can retire this year.
Oh, this chat just did the jump on me.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
I had so many things lined up too. Okay, well, I'm back. Cool comment here from D Dakota Charm on Joanna Carson's question about retiring. Joanna, I'm retiring based on Deborah's guidance. Great question. Love the positive energy of this group. How cool is that? Okay, here is a delicate question from Sharon C. Deborah, my beautiful daughter-in-law passed about 2 years ago. Any message from her?
Okay. So for Sharon C., daughter-in-law, are you out there? Do you have a message? I hear miss you, Mom. I don't know if she called you Mom, but that's what I'm hearing. Very sweet. And she's so excited that you wanted to reach out. Makes her feel so loved and so special. Oh, beautiful. Anything else you want to share with her? She's very appreciative and grateful that she could be your daughter. It was a special relationship, at least from her perspective. What else? She says, I'm never far away. If you need me, call. I'll be there. You can lean on me the way I leaned on you. Yeah. So even in spirit, they're still available to us. And that's what she wants you to understand. She's not gone. When you think about her, when you call her, she's right there, always. So I hope that helps.
I hope so too. Okay, thanks for the question, Sharon. We really appreciate it. Christian had mentioned, wow, that reading for Wildflower gave me a chill. I feel that. Tammy S., beautiful messages from Spirit tonight. Yep, nice comments in here tonight. We have another question. This is from Maria. I was diagnosed with COVID last week. I'm still sick. I wonder how long it will be before I feel better. I'm still testing positive.
Okay. So Maria, who has COVID. Oh. So one thing you can do, Maria, is go to my YouTube channel and search for Vital Force Energy. It's a meditation. Do that. It fills you up with healing, divine energy. That'll help you. So what can you tell her about this COVID? When might she start testing positive or is negative now? When will she go negative? Is it less than a week? Getting less than a week. So, all right. Less than 4 days. No. Okay, so more than 4 days. Yeah. So 5. About 6 days, you can expect it to ease off. And it's feeling like it's almost like it's evaporating. So it's going slowly. It's not going to be fast, but the meditation will help with that. So meanwhile, of course, do the things that they tell you, the lots of fluids and the rest. That's really, really important right now. As it lifts off of your body and leaves you, You're going to feel weak for a while, but you can come back. So just hang in there. Call on your angels to give you relief. Don't forget to do that. You can do that. So when you're feeling really down, just call them and ask them to come and bathe you in healing energy. You can do that as often as you like, so you don't have to suffer so much. They will be there to minister to you, to help you to sleep if you're having trouble sleeping. So remember to call them and just hang in there, because it sounds like it's very close to lifting for you. So feel better. Sending you love and light.
Okay, thanks for that, Deborah. Another question from Smiley Eyes. Does my little brother have a message for me? I just saw him doing your meditation yesterday, and I'm wondering if enough time has passed that he is there to guide our family.
Oh, it's so cool that she saw him. So that must have been the connecting with guides meditation that we talked about last time. So for Smiley Eyes, her brother, anything you want to share with your sister? She's really cool. Okay, what else do you want to share with her? Yeah, he's doing well. Don't worry about him. He's like, oh man, I'm past all that stuff now. You don't have to worry about me. It's you you've got to be concerned with. So take care of you, because there's a lot of people who are relying on you. So you want to let the grief go, because, oh man, that's just a waste of time. You don't need to grieve, because he's right there and he's having a great time. It's just that you miss him, and that's understandable. But when you miss him, you can do the meditation, you can see him, you can hold him, you can talk to him, and that will help you to get over that initial feeling of grief faster, so that you can attend to your own life. Because he's really adamant that you want to do that. You've got to take care of you and your family, your responsibilities. Don't let that go, giving over to grief like so many people do. And the angels will tell you grief, guilt, regret, those are all a waste of time. Don't spend your life doing those things. Pursue the uplifting love and light, helping humanity in whatever way you choose after you first take care of yourself. So more self-care is called for right now as you go through this process.
Deborah, let me ask you, when you're fielding questions from folks dealing with loss or trauma, how does it make you feel when, like, as you're answering them? Because they're emotional questions. So what emotions are you feeling when you're working through this as well?
It varies. Sometimes I'll actually feel it in my body, and I'll start crying because it's so potent. Or I might feel it in my heart chakra, the love that's coming in. It's like, whoa, you can really feel that it's intense. And then I can, of course, share that with them. That's why it happens. So they will sometimes express things through my body just because they want to make a bigger impact statement. And like in the case of, Maria and the suffering she's going through, I'm human. I feel that. I have compassion for that. So yeah, but it's never a negative thing. It might be unpleasant in the moment. Like I've gotten this putrid pit in my stomach for somebody, and I felt like I had to throw up. So if you can imagine, there's nothing there, but you're energetically retching because it's there and it's got to come out on the behalf of someone else. That is no fun. I don't enjoy it. Thankfully, it doesn't happen very often. But yeah, they'll use whatever means they can to convey a message.
Fascinating. All right, here's a question from Wendy J. Hey, Corey and Deborah. I've been separated for 7 years and really want my divorce to be over so I can get my life together. Will the divorce be over soon?
Okay, so for Wendy J, is it highly likely this divorce will be over in the next 6 months? No, more than 6 months? Ooh, sorry. All right, what about a year? Will it be finished in 2023? Get a yes on that. So, will it be finished in 9 months? No. Okay. So 10? Oh, okay. Oops, sorry, hitting my desk. So about 10 months. And remember, you can change the timeline by taking action. So if something comes up for you intuitively that you're feeling you need to do, take action ASAP and keep asking your angels to accelerate it. They can do that for you. They will bring you inspired ideas to help you accelerate it. So yeah, lean on all that power. It's there for you to tap into.
Okay, thank you for that. We had a follow-up from Janet. Thank you, Deborah. I haven't heard the song, but we'll look for signs. Remember that. Thanks for that. Here's something from Sweet Mimi. Deborah, do you see angels around me? I'm fascinated with them. Any messages for me?
Okay. Sweet Mimi. Are her angels around her? Oh, yeah, always, always. You can take that to the bank, they're saying. Count on it. Never leaving you, always there. So, would you like to share a message with her? You bet your sweet Bippy. Yeah. So, they're being silly with you. And they do that when you are probably being a little too serious in your life. They want to bring levity into your life. So, wherever you can, lighten up a little. Do more fun things. Know that the angels are there. You could close your eyes and visualize yourself playing Ring Around the Rosie with your angels. They'll do that. They'll stand around you in a circle and they'll all hug you, making you like an angel sandwich. So all of that's available to you always, never goes away. They don't give up on you. They're always there because you have these angels assigned to you and only you. They don't have anything to do unless you give them a job. So ask them for more things to help you. So what else would you like to share? Yeah, get out there and play. You will find life will transform when you get out there, lighten up, and do more play. Yeah, take care of your responsibilities, but make play a priority. Schedule it in so that you do it. Your energy will shift. You will get more insights, have more connections, and you'll feel better. So it's wonderful self-care.
Very cool. Okay. Thank you for that. Here's a question from Eileen. Deborah, a friend passed recently, Mac. Does he have a message for my group?
Okay. So for Eileen, Mac, friend Mac, do you have a message you want to share? Mac. Not right now, Eileen. He's busy. He's like, yeah, I'll talk to you later. But he's busy taking care of all those loose ends that they take care of when they first get over there. And it's so new to him that he can't shift his attention to talking right now. So give him a little time and try again. He'll be there.
Good, good, good. All right. Well, what do you say we give away a soul introduction?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. All right. Let me see if there are any last second subscribers. I think
I'm
I have
psychic, but I
everybody.
don't know who it's going to get it. So I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to finding out.
Oh, yeah, there is one more name I got to get in. Let's do this. All right, all right. All right, folks. So let me share my screen with everyone. Here is our prize wheel. You see all the names over here on the right-hand side. Those are all our bridge buddies to date. And then you're not going to hear it too well, but there's about 20 seconds of polka music that's going to play as these names spin around. And this is for a soul introduction with Deborra Lupien, voice of the Akashic Records. Deborah, are we ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
And away we go.
Oh, I hear it. Polkas. Polkas are fun. Upbeat.
Marianne, congratulations, Marianne. You're the winner. You just won. I know you're in the chat tonight. Thank God Marianne won, because did you see the next West name on the wheel? It was yours, Deborah. I forgot to take you out.
Oh, well, we would just done it again.
Yeah. Well, awesome stuff. All right. Congratulations, Marianne. We'll hook you up with Deborah after that as well. So let me close this and stop the share. And we are back. And also, we started off the show because Marianne actually sent me this T-shirt from Glick University. I don't know if you know the story behind this, Deborah, but when I was a child, literally like 9 years old, I was a call-in on WBZ Radio, 1030 out of Boston. Larry Glick was a big time DJ.
Oh,
A nightly show there, and the signal was so strong from BZ, it carried the country, and he just fielded random questions all night and shot the breeze with folks. And this is how I went to bed when I was like 8, 9, 10 years old. And a woman in my neighborhood swore she saw a UFO. And there was an article about her in the local paper. And so then I called into the radio show and talked about this. And the way Larry Glick's worked is if you were had an exceptional call or a really cool topic, you would win a Glick University T-shirt. So I'm 9 years old. I'm talking about this woman who spotted a UFO right in my neighborhood, and so I get on, and I win a T-shirt, and they never sent it to me.
oh,
So I talked about this, and then next thing I know, in my mailbox, 40 years later, by the way, I get a Glick University T-shirt courtesy of Miriam Prokopek. So how cool is that?
that is awesome.
That just happened tonight, and then she happened to win. So awesome stuff, Marianne. Congratulations. We'll hook up in with Deborah. Very cool. Thanks to everyone who's become a bridge buddy. We're giving more stuff away all the time. So stay tuned. And thanks again, Deborah, for that. That's an awesome gift. And listen, I had a soul introduction thanks to Deborah. We're playing that Monday night. It's amazing stuff. We're seeing all the appreciative comments in here as well, which is really cool. So it's been amazing getting to know her, and awesome energy, and obviously a great head on her shoulders too. And it's just cool learning all the time. So I really value your friendship, Deborah. So and thanks again for your time tonight. We still have plenty of show left, folks. So
Talk about instant karma, huh?
yeah, how cool is that? There's another song in your head now. That was actually my class song in high school. Was Instant Karma from John Lennon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Sweet Mimi, thanks you so much. That was a poignant reading.
Welcome.
So does Betty Cantrell. Awesome. Good. Marianne, she's answered. Deborah, I'm so excited. Thank you for your generous gift.
Can't wait to meet you.
Yeah, awesome. Good. Lots of congrats in here. Oh geez, there goes the jump again. Okay, we have one though right off the bat. I'm gonna say fine in Phoenix. Hi, Corey and Deborah. I would like some advice from Spirit, please. My life is kind of dull right now. Thank you. Dull's not always a bad thing. Fine in Phoenix, you know.
Considering what's going on in the world, yeah, not so bad. So fine in Phoenix. What would you like to share? Is it a he or a she? Do you know?
I always assume she, but I'm not positive.
Okay, so we'll call it they. So fine in Phoenix. Do you have a message for them? All right, so lay it on me. What is it? Fine in Phoenix. They're being silly. Yeah, it really is fine, isn't it? Yeah, so life is good. Oh, yeah. So they're saying, your life is far better than you're giving yourself credit for. Don't take it for granted, because you look around, you see what's going on in the world today. You are very blessed, and they are blessed to be your team. So they want you to stand up and ask for more for yourself. You feel like one of those people who always steps back and lets other people have the light or take the good things. And you get by and you're good with that. But Creator says you are beautiful, magnificent, resplendent, and brilliant. You deserve only the very best. So let them give that to you. Ask them for what you need. Let them bring it. Let your life be magical. Because when you tune into your angels, you look for those breadcrumbs, you take inspired action. Every day feels magical. It is the most incredible thing. You will never feel dull again, because you will be so on fire, so passionate about getting out there, living your purpose, seeing more, being more, doing more. No more dullness for you, but you've got to take the action. That's what's missing from your recipe. So more action for you.
Cool. We definitely have time for more questions, folks. Let's fire them our way. Linda Kelzer, that sweet polka music. I grew up with it. Fun to dance to. Yeah, I thought that was a good one. Let's see. Maria booked a session with Deborah in early May. Looking forward to it. And what's in my Akashic Records? Awesome. I think we had a question in here somewhere. Oh, here we go. 5 to 1. cool handle. So 5-1 asks, Deborah, my mom passed in 2014. Does she have a message for me? I'm her son.
Okay, thanks for telling us that.
Hmm.
So 5-1. Mom, are you out there? Anything you want to say to your boy? I'm getting this pinchy cheeks thing that they do to little boys. So I don't know if they did that to you when you were young, but that's the first thing that came through. So what do you want to share? Because he's obviously all grown up. To the moon, baby. You can go to the moon. You can do anything you set your mind upon. You are so talented, so creative. It feels like you're not really leaning in and using your abilities and your powers. So more of that. Really, this is your time. Don't wait, because you don't know how many days left you have. Oh, yeah. She's feeling that. It's like maybe she left prematurely is what it feels like. And so she wants you to remember that nobody knows how many tomorrows they have left. So get out there and live your life with gusto. Those dreams that you've had percolating inside you, it's time to start letting them out. Time to start taking action, fulfilling those dreams. There's so much more amazing life waiting for you, but you've got to take the action to create it. So that's what mom wants you to know.
All right. Very cool stuff. We do have a second question from C'est La Vie, which is fine. She asks, any messages from my friend Barbara M about our daughters who grew up together, Brittany and Rachel?
Okay, so for C'est La Vie, Barbara M, do you have a message for C'est La Vie? She misses you. Yeah. And she loves it that you're still thinking about and asking about her. That really lights her up. What else? She says, one day we'll be together again and we'll chew the fat over old times. We'll catch up. It'll be great. But until then, yeah, you get out there and you just enjoy the heck out of your life, because I didn't get to live a full life. So I hope that you do. Don't take it for granted. Get out there and live it. And she's also inserting that right now that's super important for you just because of the shifting going on in the planet. You have this opportunity to live this most amazing life, larger, greater, more exciting than you ever have in past lives because of this great shift. So lean into it, baby. Enjoy it. When you get done, you want to be able to stand up and brush the dust off and say, oh, what a life. And just be so delighted at what you accomplished. You don't want to leave the planet with regrets. So live it full out now while you can.
There you have it. Fine in Phoenix, by the way, is a she. So we had that right.
Okay.
Oh my God, thank you for the divine message. It made complete sense. Thank you, Deborah, which is nice. Mary Hubble just joined the chat. Mary, we did answer your question earlier on time travel. So that is in here somewhere. Oh, you jumped on me again. Sandra says this community is perfect place after a day like today. We appreciate that. Let's see, KP. Deborah, do my guides have any messages for me to guide me in the best direction to be of service? Thank you.
Hey, so for KP, what would you tell her about how she can be of service? Well, first take care of you, KP. Just fill yourself up to overflowing, because then you'll have so much to give to others. And then when you do give, be discerning, KP. You don't want to just give to anybody and everybody. Give to those who you feel led to help and the ones who will appreciate what you're giving to them, because you don't want to get into that place of being used, being taken advantage of. So you always want to be conscious of that fair exchange of energy, that somebody's not just draining you dry and taking because you're a giver. So find the balance for yourself. Give where your heart leads you to give, but no more than that. You don't owe more than that. You owe more than that to yourself. Take care of you, stock up on that energy, and then where you feel led, with love in your heart, share. But don't overgive. That's important for you to get.
All right. Words to live by. Okay, we have another question from Smiley Eyes. This is a cool one. Deborah, is there an angel to call for more fun times? I'm Virgo Scorpio. I tend to work.
I can relate. I tend to do too much work too. You just got to find the time, make it. As far as an angel that's fun, oh, Raphael, he's a real wisecracker and likes to have fun, but pretty much any of them, they all like to have fun. And you have your own inner circle of angels and guides. So start there because they're the ones who know you the best. They're the ones who are right there at your beck and call, at your elbows, waiting to have fun with you. So you can, as I said earlier, you can just close your eyes, imagine yourself playing, romping with your angels, going on amusement park rides, whatever feels good and fun to you. Go do that with your angels, and it will be real because you are connecting with them in the fifth dimension, and everything there happens at the level of thought. So while in your third dimensional self, it's imaginary, in the fifth dimension, it's real. I hope that makes sense because it's kind of a little weird thing, but yeah, so just go do that. Find the fun where you can, enjoy yourself. And it doesn't matter which angel you call, just whoever you feel like talking to in the moment. You might feel, if you experiment and call different ones, you might develop a rapport with one over another, and that's perfectly fine. So just call upon them. But the important thing is call upon them. Don't forget to do that. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for the question. Here's another. People are asking about their careers tonight, and we have another question from Menna, Menna. Any guidance on my career, Deborah?
So Menna, for Menna, what can you share about a career for Menna? Is the one that they're presently in a wise choice? No. Would it be optimal for them to change jobs, change careers? That's interesting. So the distinction, I just felt led to ask that, and not necessarily jobs, but careers. So that maybe there are other opportunities where you work that you can do something else, and you thought perhaps that you couldn't. So step out of your comfort zone. Ask for what you want. Don't hold back. You deserve only the very best. Your angels are not going to serve you leftovers. They're going to bring you the prime rib, the filet mignon, all the really good stuff. That's what they bring to you, the very best. So don't give yourself second best. Reach out, ask for what you want, and it will come to you. Your angels will help you. But you've got to ask for it. They can't do it unless you ask for it. That's the missing piece for you. So asking your angels.
Very nice. All right, folks, it is the bottom of the hour now, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, coming at you. Well, I'm in Cape Ann, Massachusetts. That's the northeast corner of Massachusetts there. We're not going to say where Deborah is, but that is Deborah Lupien, voice of the Akashic Records, joining us again tonight. We're very grateful. We just gave away a free soul introduction that Deborah's going to provide Marianne, our lucky winner tonight. So that was really cool. And Deborah's been answering questions all night long. We have a little bit longer to go, which is great. If you have questions, drop them in the chat for us, please. And thank you. We do have this one from Marby. Oh, Marby's back. Marby Gongora. Deborah, any message from my dad?
Okay, so for Marby, Dad, do you have anything you want to share with Marby? My sweet baby. Oh, were you a daddy's girl, Marby? Because that's what it feels like. Oh, the energy is just so sweet, gentle and sweet. So what would you like to share with her? He misses not being able to hold you in the third dimension. That is wonderful. But he wants you to know he is nearby. Never doubt that. He's always going to be around when you need him. Just as he was in life, you can still rely on Dad. If you need something, ask him. He will find a way to help you get it. He's got the power now to call upon angels and guides and get extra help for you that he couldn't have gotten when he was in the third dimensional world. So he's saying, hey, yeah, Dad flexing his muscles. It's like, I can really help you now. So don't hesitate to ask. And if you haven't already, Marby, go to my website, akashaunleashed.com, to meditations and get the Connecting with Guides meditation. Use that and go meet your dad in your records, because he wants to be able to connect with you in that visceral way. So when you're there, you can hold him. He can kiss you on the top of your head, and you can talk. You can just spend time together. It will be so wonderful. I think that would do you a lot of good. So Yeah, that's what he wants you to do. And then you won't need a translator. He's saying he will be there and he will talk to you. So yeah, do that, please.
Very nice. Hope that helps, Marby. And thanks for being with us week in and week out. We really appreciate it. Okay, we have a question from BJ Helder. Deborah, I am a male going through some health issues. I'm fearful and feel alone. Any angel guidance that can comfort me?
Okay, so for BJ, thank you for filling in the details, BJ. That helps. So for BJ, what can you share with him? He's alone and needs some support. Yeah, they see it, they feel it, and they're reaching out to you, but you're just not seeing them, BJ. So do exactly what I just told Marby. Get that meditation and let them connect with you. Because if you can see them, if you can feel them, it will lift you up in ways that nothing I say will do for you. So do that for yourself. So what else would you like to share with BJ? Know and trust that they are there all the time, whether you can see them or not. You're walking along. I'm seeing you walking along this gravel. I don't know if it's a driveway or a road, but big rocks. You're walking along it and you trip and you start to fall. Your angels reach out because they're right there at your elbows and they steady you so that you don't face plant in the gravel. They are that close to you all the time, but you're just not aware of it. So start tuning in. Pay attention to those magical moments, those inspired thoughts, those synchronicities, the breadcrumbs, and then take action upon them. You will start feeling them when you start engaging with them. That's what's missing. You're not engaging with them. They're constantly tossing those breadcrumbs out in front of you, but you haven't learned how to tune in and see them. So the 21-day meditation challenge would be good for you as well, BJ. That's the book, The Path to Hearing Angels and Guides. That will help you learn to connect to them so easily. Then you will know when they're there. You will trust that they're going to hold you up. You won't feel so alone. But just know you are never alone. You have a legion. Do you know how many a legion is? It's like in the thousands. You have a whole legion of angels, guides, masters, and teachers who take care of you and only you. You are never alone. That's not your problem. So lean on them. Feel that love that they're beaming to you all the time. Accept it. Tonight, when you go to sleep, call your angels near to you and ask them to bring you happy dreams where they show themselves to you. There's an inspired idea. See how that goes and let us know. That's a really cool one.
All right. I appreciate the question, BJ. Good luck with everything. Here's one from PC again. Deborah, my son cannot find the direction his life should take. What direction do you see for him?
Well, it's not about what you or I see for him, PC. It's about what he sees for himself. And even the angels won't tell him. He needs to experiment with things and find what feeds his soul. Now, a fast way to do that, of course, is a soul introduction. But if that's not in the cards for him, then it's about, think about what is it he has done in his life that brought him joy? What was it if money were no object, if time were no object? What would he spend his time doing? That's a clue. Follow that clue because there has to be a way to earn a living, to create a good life for yourself out of that thing that lights you up and feeds your soul. That's just the way it works. So he's got to find that. And sometimes it takes experimenting. Some people like Corey, he just intuitively fell into that thing that feeds his soul. But for a lot of us, it didn't happen that way. We had to figure it out by stumbling into this and that, trying different things until we found it. So he can shortcut that if he leans on his angels, if he really feels his way through those things that bring him joy, and then find a way to incorporate that in his life. But it's shifting his energy so that he will be more aware of the guidance that's coming through. So I know that's a lot, but you've got the recording, so you can play it for him so he can hear all the details. And hopefully that will help.
All right, great stuff. Thanks for the question, PC. BJ, by the way, thanks you. So there is that. Okay, here's a cool question from Michelle McClintock, or McClintock. I'll say McClintock. Deborah, I'm a struggling artist, and Vincent van Gogh is my favorite artist. Does he have a message for me? Thank you both.
Oh, great question. So for Michelle, Vincent van Gogh, would you like to share with her? Well, first of all, he loves to be remembered. So, yeah. And he's just giggling that you're inspired by him. That just lights him up and he feels really good about it. So, how cool that you could make him feel good, right? So, what else would you like to share with her? He's saying you can tune in and you can channel his energy if you want to. Whoa, how cool would that be? So, when you are doing your creative work, tune in. Ask Vincent to come in and inspire you, help you to create something even more magnificent than you might have thought of on your own. He wants to light the fire within you, that creative fire, and amp it up. So he's willing to do that. He wants to mentor you, Michelle. That's what that is. That's mentoring. So yeah, take advantage of it. Call on him. Ask him to be there to help you, inspire, guide, whatever you feel inspired to ask for. And know that there's no limits. Whatever comes to you is right. Don't think that oh no, I can't ask that, because ego is going to do that. Ego is going to try and hold you back and keep you from taking advantage of what Vincent's trying to offer. So whatever it feels like, go with it, trust it, do it, and watch the magic happen. And then let us know about it, because we want to celebrate with you.
Mm. So I'm wondering why that particular question excited you. Is it because is it tapping into someone's energy like that, or Vincent Van Gogh, or?
Oh, it's just an out of the norm kind of question. And, the normal ones are great. I don't mind channeling them, but it's always fun to do something a little different.
Hmm.
So I love it when they come up with something that will help them, but it shows that they're really putting some thought into it for something that can really make a difference in their life.
Hmm. Are there, we've gotten the question before, Deborah, like, are there topics that you don't wish to be asked? So what if we rephrase that to, are there particular topics that sort of electrify you, or no, let's start with that electrify you, that winds you up a bit?
Well, that was a great example, because it's thinking outside the box and tapping into the opportunity. Because how often do you get this opportunity to talk to your angels, to get anything at all that you need? So don't play small. That's the thing that sometimes frustrates me, because it's like, you have got this massive treasure chest here. You can have anything you want. Don't play small. Ask for something big. It's more fun for everybody to hear, other than, what do my guides have to say to me? I don't mind channeling that one. And sometimes the most amazing messages come through. But after you've heard a bunch of people ask that same question, it gets a little tedious. So when you come in and you put thought into it, you're doing that for yourself, which is wonderful, but you're also helping other people when they hear it. It inspires them. Yeah.
And Michelle, to follow up, she asked about Van Gogh. Oh my, thank you so much. It brought tears to my eyes.
Oh,
So how sweet
so
is
glad.
that? We have a follow-up question from Dreaming Big. Deborah, I lost my father, mother, and 2 brothers in a 7-year span. Any messages?
Wow, sorry about that. So for dreaming big, just know, dreaming big, that they don't leave their bodies until they're ready. So their souls were ready to transition, as hard as that is for us to understand sometimes when we're left behind. But it was the right timing for them, which means they're doing their soul purpose. They're moving forward on their journey. But you are here. So for you, it's about living your most fabulous, amazing, magical life. For all of us, that's what we're here for. We didn't come to live these drab, impoverished existences. We came for more, but we get to create that. So if you're not creating that, what can you change to create that, right? So that's always underlying all of this. So for dreaming big, family, what do you want to share with her? She wants to hear from you. Yeah, they're like, focus on you. You're the one living this life now. So don't spend so much time thinking about what was. Live in the present moment. Make it as magical and as amazing as you can, and keep doing that every day. Because if you've always got one foot stuck in the past, thinking about what you've lost, You're not moving forward. You've anchored yourself. And when you anchor yourself like that, the energy shuts down. Life gets way harder than it needs to be. You are denying yourself all of the amazing opportunities that your angels are trying to bring to you, that your soul is craving. So listen to your soul more, less to your ego, and that will serve you really well. And if you didn't already get it, I think I gave the link or I talked about it last time. I have this meditation called Powwow with ego, higher self, and soul. When you do that meditation, it helps you to come into oneness with the aspects of yourself so that ego stops fighting you, because ego doesn't need to be your enemy. You can actually work together for the greater good of all. So that would be a really great meditation for you to help you bring that oneness, to step into doing what your higher self and soul want to do, to not always get drugged down by ego. So I hope that makes sense. And I'll have Corey put the link to that meditation in the comments so that anybody who wants it can grab it. How's that?
Very cool. Yeah, and Amaj are doing a great job dropping in links to your book as well, and your website, and to be a bridge buddy. Yeah, we got a lot going on in here, so very cool stuff. All right, let's see. All right, how about this one from D Dakota Charm? Is an owl my spirit animal?
Okay, so for Dakota Charm, is owl her spirit animal? It can be if you want it to be. Yeah, so go for it. Absolutely. If owl inspires you, then yeah, grab on. Go flying with owl. Be inspired.
Also, owl is the mascot of Florida Atlantic, which made the Final Four out of nowhere for the NCAA tournament. So for those basketball fans out there, out of nowhere, that was a true Cinderella story. So very cool. All right. How about this one from Nurse Charlie Blue? Nurse, she's always with us too. I retired from nursing after 30 years, and now I need a new direction. Any ideas?
Hey, for Nurse Charlie Blue. Really, they're asking, what do you want to do? Because now you have this opportunity to do anything you want. So don't play small. Go big. Grab that brass ring. Go for the gusto. Anything that you've put on hold while you were living your life, raising kids, whatever it was you were occupied with all those years, that's done, that's passed. And now it's this brand new chapter of life for you. So yeah, just go big and find the things that light you up and do them. We're going to keep saying that because you guys need to hear it over and over. So for Nurse Charlie Blue, what would you like to share with her? Any inspired ideas? I'm hearing dancing machine. You're a dancing machine, Nurse Charlie Blue. Get out there. Literally or metaphorically, that's the energy. Get out there. Shake your groove thing. Have a good time. Live your life. Allow those amazing experiences to come to you. Because if you don't do it now, when are you going to do it? You don't want to leave this planet with regrets. So go live with gusto and joy. Really suck the juice out of life, right? Get it all. It's yours.
Yeah, get after it, Nurse. All right. Cool stuff. Thanks for the question. Here's one from Jilly Beans. We know her. Deborah, what do my angels guides want me to know today that I need to hear?
Okay. So for Jilly Beans, what does she need to hear today specifically? Well, I'm still hearing shake that groove thing. So apparently you need to do a little more of that too. What else? Yeah, make life more about you, more self-care, Jilly. I know you've heard that before, but they're going to keep saying it because you're not doing it. You need to do that for yourself. Carve out that time. It's really important because if you don't, you're going to be like a used up napkin that gets discarded and you will have missed so much wonderful opportunity and joy. So you've got to carve out that time for you, taking care of you, building up your energy reserves so that you can do what you want to do, because your soul is just ready to soar, but you need to refresh it, energize it, keep doing those, vital force energy downloads so that you are charged up. More of that is good. Yeah. So for some reason, you're holding back on the self-care. I don't know if it's that you're just prioritizing other things, or maybe you didn't take it seriously when they said it the last time, but take it seriously. You really do. You're going to get sick if you don't. So do that self-care. You got to charge yourself up. And then you can be like the Energizer Bunny once you got that vital force energy infusion. Then you can get out there and do those things that feed your soul, light you up, but take care of you first.
Deborah, can you do readings or channeling for a business? Like, could you do one for the Bridge Cape Ann?
Sure. Yeah.
Really?
Because a business, once it starts making money, has an Akashic record. Yeah.
Oh, can we do something like that?
What do you want to know?
Well, I guess the direction question is always there for everybody, right? So I guess simply enough, is Bridge Cape Ann moving in the right direction on this channel?
Okay. So Bridge Cape Ann, the YouTube channel, Bridge Cape Ann, is it moving in the right direction? It could have some adjustment. It's kind of in between. It's not yes or no. All right. So what can Corey do to move it in a better direction? Change things up. Yeah, you don't want to get stuck in a rut. You want to keep it lively, change things up. The basics are good, but it's what you're layering over top of that to make it more compelling. That's what's missing, more compelling. That's their word. That's really interesting. So what else? What about the content? Is it the right length? Length good? Okay, so good length. And does he need to have a wider variety of guests? Would that make a difference? Yes. Oh, but I'm also hearing, and I don't understand it exactly, but more of you. It's like you're putting everybody else out there on the stage, but you are not on the stage. You're holding back. So inserting more of Corey. Yeah. Because you've done stand up. You've got this whole background. You're a funny guy. You've got a lot of life experience. Bringing more of you in is what's missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the soul introduction is pretty revealing. People are getting plenty of me that night. What are we doing?
That's a start,
Yeah.
but just on a general basis. So even when, we're together like this, you can insert stories, share anecdotes, more of yourself. You do a little bit when you have Meredith on and you bring Bubba in, but more of you, and just let that percolate for a while and see what you're inspired to do. But that's the big thing that I got was more of you.
All right.
Because you are Bridge Cape Ann. You are the bridge. You said that to me the other day. So be the bridge.
Be the bridge.
Yeah.
Remember Caddyshack, be the ball, be the ball. No. Very cool. All right, I'm working on it. Actually, I do have a plan. I do have a long view plan that we'll see if it slowly comes into focus this year. So, but I get it. I take that to heart, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Here's a question from Reverb 13th. Deborah, what do my guides want me to know about my spiritual path?
Reverb 13. What can you share about their spiritual path? Oh, just do it already. Stop second guessing yourself. Stop questioning. Just do it, because that's ego. We've been talking about that all night, haven't we? So let that go. Let that voice of doubt, chiding, criticizing, let that go. That's ego who's trying to keep you safe, just doing the job. But ego's holding you back. So more belief in yourself. Really take a little time, quiet space, whether you call it meditation or whatever you call it, but figure out what you really, really, really want. Now I'm hearing the Spice Girls, what you really, really want. So, hey, that's a newer one than I usually
Now we're all hearing it. Thank you, Deborah.
You're welcome. So really hone in on what you want, what would light you up, what would make your day, what would float your boat, and start incorporating some of that in your life. That's what's missing, right? So do a little more of that and then come back and ask another time, because we'll want the update. Once you shift into that new place, then you'll be ready for another update. So you'll just keep going. Layers.
Awesome stuff. What we did have one jokey question, one that always comes up in our live chat and has for months on end. Deborah, what's up with Canada?
What's up with Canada?
Yep.
Well, it's north. That's what's up with it, right? It's north.
Yep.
So
People need to know.
What can you share with us about Canada? Yeah, they're going through a transition right now. And know that it's not just Canada, it's the whole world is going through a transition as we're all preparing to up level to fourth dimensional reality. That's the evolutionary process we're in the middle of. So it's affecting everybody. And sadly, whichever side of the fence you're on, but sadly, the machinations in our political world here in the US have impacted other countries. They're following suit after us, and some of it's not a good way. Some of that has bubbled up and is infecting Canada. They're having to deal with that. They're having to find their equilibrium. Here we are in this world that's evolving. We don't even know what our currency is going to be in the near future. That could all change. So there's a lot of unstableness, instability. That's the word I want. Instability going on. And they're feeling reverberations. Isn't that interesting? It was Reverb that asked the question, right?
No, that was Christian, but
Okay.
we get that question asked every week.
Okay, so for Christian, they're feeling the reverberations of the negative energy coming up to them from us. That's affecting them. But in the grand scheme, the greater, bigger picture, the whole planet is feeling that. Metatron's been talking for over a year about how we as light workers need to work on our connection with our team, our faith and our trust, so that we can get our sea legs ready to stand firm on the deck of that ship when we are tossed about like flotsam and jetsam, which is what we're in the middle of right now. And it's going to get worse. We're just getting started. So it's we being prepared. It's affecting them to stand in your faith and your trust. Let your angels support you. Don't let anything distract you. There's a lot of distractions right now. There's a lot of false prophets out there who are spewing what might sound like love and light, but if you look below the surface, a lot of darkness there, and that's affecting and infecting everybody. So it's a time to be more discerning. We can send love and light to Canada to help them get their equilibrium. We do it here. We all want to really stand steady on those sea legs. That's a big pattern and a repeating message from Metatron. So it's really, really important. But I hope that makes sense and answers the question.
Now that's a gift, Deborah. When you can take a wise ass question and have a wise answer. That's what we're here for. That was brilliant stuff.
They get the credit.
That's it. We'll ask the same question again next week, I'm sure. All right, here we have a cool one from Maria Rodriguez. Deborah, how can we know that it's our ego? What can we do to move ego aside?
Well, that meditation I told you about will really help you. That was something that I got as a inspired download, because one day they just said to me, you don't have to be enemies with ego. And I'm like, really? I was always taught that we had to fight against ego. It was our enemy. And they're like, no, you're sharing the same body. So why don't you make friends? Work things out, get along. So they took me through this meditation where I sat down in a powwow style with ego, higher self, and soul. We worked it out. We had a great conversation. Ego came in all buttoned down and kind of negative, angry energy. So we asked her, what is it you want? And she told us she just wanted to not get pushed around all the time. She wanted to have a say. So we came to a compromise. Okay, we want to do these exciting, fun, new things. We want to expand, but you're holding us back. So what if you loosen up a little bit and we go do these exciting things, because you might find you really enjoy them. So by the end of our conversation, she had unbuttoned her buttons a little bit, was looser, better energy. And it was the most amazing thing, because after that, there were still little baubles, but it was such a difference. Once ego agreed to compromise, things got way easier. So the way that you tell the difference, when your angels or soul is speaking to you, it's going to be uplifting, inspiring, and supportive. When it's ego, it's very, very often negative, putting you down, chastising you, excoriating you, letting you know you're not good enough, holding you back from those things you want to do. That's how you know. That's the simple answer. But the meditation will really help a lot. So remember, we'll put that in comments. I can't put it in there because I tried last time to put something in it and YouTube bounces it. So Corey will have to put it in, but we can put it in the comments, then you guys can all access it.
Actually, something wonky's been happening tonight because I put a poll question up at the start of the show and I can't remove it. And the one time I tried to close it, it actually signed me out of my account and signed me into a completely separate account.
Oh my gosh.
So I was fiddling with that to get back into my Bridge account, which is weird. That's never happened before. So
that's wacky. Well, if you go look in your back end of your channel, you're probably going to find a bunch of messages that were blocked. And there will be some from me because I tried to put it in there a few times and then I realized, oh, it's blocking because it's a URL. And even when I put spaces so it wouldn't look like a URL, it still blocked it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, here's a question from Salty Chip. Deborah, what does Spirit say about my uncertain future? Lots of careers and uncertain futures tonight we're dealing with.
Well, you know what's going on in the world? Most people are feeling uncertain. So the answer to all of that is always lean on your angels, right? Because that is your support when you're feeling unsteady and uncertain. But let's just ask, what was the name again? Salty
Chip. Yep.
Salty Chip. Okay. So for Salty Chip, what can you share about this uncertain future? You create your reality, so get your butt busy creating it. Don't create what you don't want. Don't tell us what you don't want. Don't spend time thinking about what you don't want. Put your energy into what you do want. That will change your life. How about that? Apparently, they've been telling you this for a while and you're not listening. That's why it came through firm. Hopefully it makes sense.
Yeah. I always like saying hi to Tony Stokes. Tony, I think you're up in Montreal, right? It's always great seeing you again. So thanks for being with us tonight. Jessica did have a question. Why does Corey not like to celebrate adult birthdays? I just don't. To me, like once the whole Easter Bunny Santa Claus thing was passed, I never really craved having a birthday party, even as a kid. And then I just found it weird when, okay, I guess when you're 21, that's a fun birthday. But I always found it weird when adults were really into their own birthday. I don't know. I have some friends that go bananas for their own birthday. They can't wait for it. They plan it weeks in advance. I find it odd. And I don't know. And like I said before, I do this weird thing where, obviously I was born in April, but when the ball drops on New Year's Eve and the calendar flips from one year to the next, I've already done the math in my head and I already move forward to my subsequent birthday. So that's it. I just go, born in 74. So here we are. So by the time it actually gets to April, it's like, I'm already 4 months into it, but that's me. Who knows?
Yeah. But about birthdays, that's an interesting topic. In your Akashic Records, when it's your birthday, your natal birthday, they have a big, massive party because they close out last year's records and they start the New Year's records. So they do this big party. They kind of take the day off. So if you visit your records for your birthday, you can participate in the party. But the really funny thing is, they're going to have the party whether you're there or not. Because I showed up one time and they're in the middle of the party. I got a little conversation with somebody and then it was like, okay, bye. We're going to go back to the party now. Okay, that's funny. So you can. And the cool thing to know is, you don't have to do it exactly on your birthday because remember, time in the Akashic Records is not linear. You can go in a meditation anytime you want and ask them for a birthday reading and you'll get whatever it was they wanted to share with you on your birthday. And I've gotten some really amazing messages that way.
Very cool. A sweet note from Tony Stokes. Corey, have lunch with your mom. Your birthday is her birthday. Very cool. So that's a
great idea.
Awesome. Okay, well, Deborah, let's put a bow on this. I thought this was fantastic tonight.
Yeah, fun. And for everybody in
some
chat,
sort of what's that?
I just want to tell the people in chat when the video's posted and I can get at the chat, I'll go through and see if there's anything I missed. So I will see all of your messages. I just won't see them right away. And then I'll respond to comments too.
Should we end with some sort of a message for the viewers tonight?
You can, sure.
reading for them. And
Yeah.
while Deborah's doing that, let me just remind you. So Deborah did a soul introduction for me a few days ago. We're going to play that as a premiere video Monday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I'll post our schedule in the community tab later on. I'll probably replay this show for folks who want to participate in a live chat, maybe Saturday night if I have time to. But that soul introduction with Deborah will be Monday night. If you want to book something with Deborah, DebraLupien.com. Notice her spelling, Debbra. Lupien. I know Annalie and Christian keep dropping links in for her books as well. She's an author 4 times over, which is awesome. So there is that. We want to congratulate Marianne Prokopek, who won a soul introduction with Deborah during tonight's show. So thank you, Marianne, for being a bridge buddy. And thank you, Deborah, for that as well.
Super exciting. So, what would you like to share with the gang tonight before we call it a quits? What message? They want you to have hope. Hope. April is spring. It's new beginnings. It's revival, right? It's revitalizing energy. With that comes hope, because even though we are in a trying time right now, and boy, today was a trying time, right? Even though all that stuff is going on, your soul is still here to have this magnificent journey, to live its purpose, to help to shift the world into the next dimension. It's the most exciting, exhilarating time ever to be a soul on this planet. And you are here. You came here for this, to do this. So live it up, participate, whatever way you feel led to do. And know that it's perfect. You can't get it wrong. You only learn lessons and you keep going. So stop criticizing yourself. Love and be kind to yourself, because Creator says you're perfect. So I don't know about you, but I'm not arguing with Creator. I stopped doing that. So you're perfect. Accept it, live with it, and just keep getting better and better while you have one hell of a good time, because that's what you're here for. So with that, I'll turn it back to Corey.
Beautifully put. And I had to ring the bell, Deborah, because Yoon showed up from Singapore out of nowhere.
Welcome, Yoon.
She has impeccable timing. She usually finds a way to get in just before the buzzer. So good morning, Yoon and Singapore. It's always great to have you. Now, Yoon, if you do have a question for Deborah, of course you go to the front of the class. So I will wait until you have a question. In the meantime, I want to thank all of our moderators, as always. Annalie Finch, Thankful Mom, Christian Montone for being there with us. Annalie, thanks so much for the gifts. Peeps and Cadbury eggs all over the place. We have to thank Marianne, like I said, for the Glick University t-shirt. That means a lot. You have no idea. Like I said, 40 years ago, probably 40 years ago, right around now, is when I was supposed to get this thing. And wouldn't you know, popped up in my mailbox soon, too. Laura Johnson won the book from Susan Wadia Els. Laura will be sending that out to you. We're going to connect Marianne with Deborah for her soul introduction. I gave you guys a schedule, right? Tomorrow night, I will be on with Meredith and Bubba at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. That's so weird to say that out loud. Thursday night, I'm with Celtic Tarot. Sheila is she's going to record me. I think she's going to teach me to read tarot. That's the idea Thursday, so that should be interesting. And then we'll replay the Deborah show from tonight on Saturday night in case folks want to participate in a live chat. And then Deborah's soul introduction for me is going to be next Monday night. I'll probably do a live Q&A Tuesday night, and then we have new friends to introduce to the channel. Next Wednesday night, it is True North Hypnosis. We'll be with my friends Georgianne and Karen on location for a live side-by-side next Wednesday. Okay, I'm out of breath. There is that. I just given Yoon a couple seconds here. I know there's always a lag, but Yoon, if you have a question, you can throw it in now. If not, we'll say goodnight. And Deborah, anything else for you? What do you have coming up work-wise? Anything?
Oh, well, the third Saturday is when I always do my monthly Ask Your Guides. So if you're on my mailing list, which you can get on by going to akashaunleashed.com/VIP, if you're on that list, I will send you the Zoom link so that you can join us. And that is really wonderful because I can see you, we can interact. So when I ask your questions, if I have a follow-up, I can do that and we get way better answers that way. So I do one that's live on YouTube, just YouTube, on the first Monday of the month, and then the third Saturday, although in April it's the fourth Saturday because of the month worked out that way. So the fourth Saturday, I'll invite all the people on the list and we'll do that. And it's always a lot of fun.
And I hope you have time, Deborah, to check out the comments tonight too in the chat. Beautiful stuff
Yes.
in there. Lots of grateful folks.
Yeah, I can't wait to go read them because they flash by too fast for me to see them. But
Yeah.
I want to get all your comments, and I appreciate them all the support, all the love. It's so wonderful.
Yeah, subscribe, folks, to Deborah Lupien, voice of the Akashic Records. Then, of course, you can visit her website, deboralupien.com, to learn more about you. Or if you want to book something with Deborah, there is that too. She did my soul introduction last week. It was awesome. I loved it. All right, Yoon, we'll have to catch you on the other side, I suppose, but you always watch the replay anyway. So there is that. So, okay, Deborah, thank you so much for sharing your gifts tonight and your time. Much appreciated. We'll have to do this sooner than later. We have to figure that out, right?
It was fun. Thanks for inviting me. I always love being here.
Yeah, so it's going to be Deb TV through the weekend, folks. We're going to have her Saturday, and then next Monday, we'll sit in that live chat together and go over my soul introduction. Pretty cool stuff, too. And then you can do it for yourself as well. Book that as well. So, okay, I will see you folks this time tomorrow night on this channel with Meredith and Bubba. Deborah, thank you again. Thanks to the mods and everyone who spent time with us. If you need, it means a lot to have your eyes and ears hour after hour after hour, week after week after week. So there you have that. Okay, Ewan is saying she will visit your website and watch the replay. So there you have it, folks. So, okay, Deborah, have a great night. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, you too. Bye, everybody.
All right, good night, folks. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. And then, Deborah, this is that weird part where if I stop the video now, it actually kicks back 5 or 10 seconds. And so when I replay the video...
No, the way you do it, Corey, stop it and zoom first.
I do.
Oh, really? And it's still,
Yeah.
because mine doesn't do that. If I stop the zoom and then I wait a couple of seconds, and then I end the YouTube, then it seems to work.
Yeah, I'm going to try doing the link thing that you sent me. I did watch that, so I think that's just an easier way to do things. But awesome. Okay, thanks for your time tonight. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye, folks. Have a great night.